It's time to rally in the valley. It's Matsu Miners Baseball, and Kevin Peel and Kyle Howard have it for you next on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Welcome into the Miners Pregame Show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Here's the voices of the Miners, Kevin Peel and Kyle Howard.
The Matsu Miners have been on an offensive tear at home of recent, pounding out 28 runs on 41 hits over their past 3 home games. Last night, the Miners would jump out to an early 4-0 lead for the second straight night, thanks to the Miners finding a way to get runners on base and get them in quickly in the first inning. The Anchorage Bucs, however, would rally quickly to tie the game, which they would have to do again later, and would then score a late run to outlast the Miners 7-6 while only compiling 5 hits in the game. Tonight, the Miners look to get back on track at home with another matchup with the same Anchorage Bucs. Hello, everyone, and welcome out to Hermon Brothers Field for tonight's matchup between the Matsu Miners and the Anchorage Bucs. You're tuning into the pregame show brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. I'm Kyle Howard alongside my broadcast partner, Kevin Peel. It's game number 23 for the Matsu Miners, marking the halfway point for this, which will send us in the second half of the season come tomorrow. The Miners have been able to jump out to some early leads in the past few nights, which have provided some run support for the starting pitchers. Last night, the Bucs were able to fight back from 2 multi-run deficits to take down the Miners and end their 5-game winning streak. Kevin, what were the Bucs able to do so well last night to keep themselves in the contest, even when down by 4 coming into the team's second at-bat the night last night?
Well, the Bucs, it all started with some great pitching last night. Jim Voiles, the way he was able to handle himself after Alex Garcia left the game with the injury, a guy that had thrown a no-hitter the week before, was really starting to improve himself. Jim Voiles came in and absolutely answered the call. Can't ask for anything better. You and I were talking about, when do you see a pitcher go 8 1/3 innings in relief? Not very often, and that's what Jim Voiles did. Then you turn to the offensive side, and you see Taylor Walls getting on base 3 times, stealing 4 bases from our count, scoring the winning run. He was doing it all, but in general, the patience at the plate of the Bucs won the day because they were able to draw 9 walks, 6 of them off of a great starter in Zach Warren. Their patience really paid off last night, along with those stolen bags. Led them to victory, and the stolen bases was literally the ultimate reason they won the game, because they forced a wild throw by Hancock on the throw down to third when Walls was stealing. Ball gets away, and that's all she wrote as Walls came in to score and gave the Bucs the 7-6 lead.
And with that 7-6 lead and eventual victory that snapped the 5-game win streak of the Matsu Miners, a couple of streaks have gone in the favor for the Miners at this point in the season. The Miners have won 5 games in a row of 3 separate occasions this season. On the opposite side, it's the fact that the Miners have only lost 2 at maximum, 2 games in a row consecutively on the season. And what do you think the Miners should do tonight, or going forward? What do they need to do to get back on a winning streak and maybe get at least a 6-game winning streak and continue to build off of that?
I know that the Miners last night, there was some collective sighs around the coaching staff and around General Manager Pete Christopher when hearing about the 9 walks. And that's something that definitely Miners are going to have to shore up. They haven't really had that issue yet this season. And this time, unfortunately, the walks came back to bite them. If we recall, 4 of the 7 runs at least reached base because of a walk issued by a Miners pitcher. Those came back really to stab them in the back in the game. And that's something that they're going to have to shore up for today's contest, as well as, staying patient at the plate, doing all the things that they have been doing hitting-wise, because their hitting's been fantastic. They scored 28 runs now on 41 hits in their last 3 home games. They're doing what they need to do hitting. And in my conversation with Ben Taylor earlier, we really harped on the hitting and how this team had improved. keep going with that, and maybe making sure that the Miners are shoring up those walks and trying to get those base stealers, because those stolen bases and those walks were ultimately what led the Bucs to victory yesterday.
And while it may have been the walks that came back to haunt them last night, hitting has not been an issue for this team recently. As mentioned, the Matsu Miners hitters are seeing the baseball very, very well right now. 6 Miners hitters had a batting average above 350 in the past 7 days. What have you noticed about the offensive approach to the Miners hitters recently at the plate to help with the overall success of the offense?
Part of that is the comfort level of these guys in their positions. And when you look at it, the skipper, Ben Taylor, has been able to form a lineup that he knows is generally going to be the same every night. I think that is a comfortable feeling for these hitters to know, okay, I'm going to be in about this same spot every single night. That definitely helps. They've been patient. They've been starting to hit the ball and find the gaps. I think all those batting practice sessions and all that work that the skipper, Ben Taylor, the assistant coach, Sean Winston, have done to make sure, they're not hitting the ball right at people, which is sometimes out of your control. But at the same time, that all that practice, they put in a ton of work, and it's starting to show with all these players coming to the early cages to get their extra swings in. They look good, and now it's just about getting yourself good at bats, forcing the pitcher to throw you the pitch that you want. And that is the way they're going to be able to cash in some big-time runs.
And we'll have to see how they're able to respond tonight after falling last night. That'll take us to our first break of the Napa Auto Parts pregame show. We'll be back with more of it here in a moment with our pregame profile of Miners outfielder Chris Hall, who has some special news to deliver in that pregame profile. It's on its way next. This is the Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome to the Napa Auto Parts pregame show here with Chris Hall today. Thanks for joining us today in the pregame show. The pregame profile of Chris Hall, and it's the Miners are set to take on the Bucs here in a few minutes. Chris, how you doing today?
Yeah, feeling good.
Good. It's been a good start for you here in Alaska. You're first on the team in stolen bases of 7 this year. How does that feel to have that statistic under your belt?
That was one of the goals I wanted to have coming in here, was to work on running bases and hopefully bring that back to school ball too.
And additionally, hitting .311 on the season as well. A very good batting average coming in there from Tennessee, carrying over your success, which we'll get to in a moment. But how does that feel to be able to come over here and start so well here now just in July?
Well, I mean, 311 sounds good, but it's not where I want to be either. So,
what kind of goals do you have for yourself into the summer?
I mean, if you set limits, then you never know. Then you'll only reach for those. So, 311 sounds good, but I want to be 350, 360. So, hopefully, we'll get there.
Perfect. Tonight, we're going to get another one over the Bucs to drop one last night, but going to get back on track. So far in the season, you've had 3 5-game winning streaks. You're looking for the 6th one now. What do you think you guys are going to do to get back on track and make it a 6-game winning streak or maybe more than that?
That's the thing. Like, we don't even realize just how we're playing. We don't even realize, oh, man, we won 5 in a row. So we just get rolling, and it just doesn't stop. So, yeah, we'll get another one. And the win tonight gives us the series win over the Bucs. So I think that's what we're thinking about right now.
Sure. And off the baseball topic a little bit, let's get to know you a little bit more. You played at Cumberland College for a couple of years, and now you're at Tennessee. Talk about your transition to Tennessee and what made you choose to be a volunteer last year.
Well, it was pretty cool. Not many people get to go from the NAI at Cumberland. I won a national championship there, and so that was really cool. And not many people get a chance to go from the NAI to go Big D1. And Tennessee ended up calling, really late in the summer before the season started. So that was a pretty good surprise. I was a Tennessee fan my whole life, so getting a chance to wear the orange and be a Vol was pretty cool.
And I understand you had a pretty big hit there last year on May the 16th to send your team into the SEC tournament. Yeah. Talk about that day for you.
Oh, man. That's one of the coolest things that happened on a baseball field because we knew going into the weekend we had to sweep to get into Hoover, get in the SEC tournament. And seeing we hadn't had a sweep all year is, a lofty goal, but we were down 2 in the 9th inning, and we ended up scoring 3 in the 9th to walk off to go to Hoover. So that was a pretty special time.
You got mobbed by your teammates. How does that feel to get mobbed? Is it fun, or is it something that hurts a lot?
No, it didn't hurt. We were all just so excited to be there, so it was really cool.
Fantastic. And Alaska's been good to you in other ways. I think you know exactly where this is going.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you getting engaged yesterday.
Thank
Talk
you.
About that and how special the day that was for you.
I mean, I've been planning on doing it up here. I think Alaska is one of the. I mean, you don't really understand how awesome it is until you actually get here, and then it just blows you away. So it's really cool to have my family up here, have Lauren up here, my new fiance, and get to share this special place with them. So it's pretty exciting.
Fantastic. And your family in town for the next few days as well?
Yeah, they're here for this whole week. So
perfect. They got to see you play just the other night as well, too.
Yeah, awesome.
What's it like to play in front of your family?
I mean, I'm from a little small town, and so I'm used to having my family here, and so bringing my family to places like Alaska and places that Tennessee brings, and places that Cumberland brings, that just tells you how special baseball is, and it really is just a family sport. And having them, I've got such a great family to want to be willing to come down here, so it's really cool.
Fantastic. And thanks again for sitting down with us, Chris Hall. Outstanding guy. Congratulations again to you. Looking forward to great things coming out of you, not only in the baseball field, but off the field as well. And good luck to you and your fiance as well.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a moment with more of the pregame show. This has been the pregame profile with Chris Hall. More of the pregame show before the Miners take on the Bucs. This is Mat2 Miners Baseball on the Mat2 Miners Radio Network. Welcome out to Hermon Brothers Field as the Mat2 Miners and the Anchorage Bucs are ready to do battle again. The Miners have won the first 2 in the series, and last night the Anchorage Bucs came in here and rallied twice to take one from the Miners 7-6. But right now the Mat2 Miners are trying to erase that from last night, have a short-term memory, and get back on a winning streak as they've had 3 5-game winning streaks on this season, looking to start at least another 5-game winning streak for them. But now we'll go and start with the starting lineups for the visiting Anchorage Bucs. Batting first and playing shortstop, Taylor Walls. Batting second and playing second base, Grant Palmer. Stephen Troskler, who leads the league in RBIs, bats third and plays first base. Bryn Conrad is the DH tonight. He's batting cleanup. Zane Gerwitz will bat 5th and play center field. Dylan Butler will bat 6th and play right field. McCarthy Tatum gets to start at third base. He bats 7th. Nick Warren will be doing the catching tonight. And Brody Leftridge will bat 9th and will play left field. And now your starting lineups for the Matsu Miners with Taylor Jones on the hill for the Anchorage Bucs tonight, by the way. Batting first and playing right field for the Miners, Brick Paskowitz. Batting second and playing shortstop, Tyler Wolf. Batting third and playing Alex Caruso. Playing center field, make that is Alex Caruso. Caruso homered last night, his first of the year, the first for the Matsu Miners. Matt DiOrio catching behind the plate tonight. He bats cleanup. Vance Vizcaino out in left field tonight. He's batting 5th. Niles Nygaard at third base. He bats 6th. Tanner Nishioka will bat 7th to be the DH. Jake Schleppenbach bats 8th and plays second base. And Connor Wanhanen bats 9th and rounds off the batting order playing first base. On the hill tonight is right-hander Kyle Simons, who had his pitched against this Bucs team once in long relief. Did get a save in that situation earlier in the season. It was a long inning save. On the year so far, 2-0 with a 2.11 earned run average and 4 games make that 2 of those starts. Then again, that one save, as we mentioned, he has 16 strikeouts and 8 walks and has allowed 12 hits in 17 innings pitched this year. Right now, to start the game here with Taylor Walls digging in. Walls a big night at the plate last night. Stole 4 bags. He leads the league in 10 stolen bases now. Takes a pitch outside for a ball from Kyle Simons here. We're underway at 7:02 p.m. here in Alaska. Simons looks in now. Winds and fires. The 1-0. Four-seam fastball misses away. A 2-0 count now on Walls. Your defensive alignment for the Matsu Miners out in right field, Brick Paskowitz, and center field, Alex Caruso. And left field, Vance Vizcaino. And across the infield, Connor Wanhanen at first base. Jake Schleppenbach at second is now a sinker, misses low to the knees for a ball. A 3-0 count, make that, excuse me. And shortstop, Tyler Wolf. At third base, Niles Nygaard. And your battery of Matt DiOrio behind the plate and Kyle Simons on the hill. Now ready with a 3-0 pitch to Taylor Walls. He gets the outside edge for a called strike. And now a 3-1 count on him. See, outfield and infield playing straight away, and the speedy Walls, the leadoff hitter in this ball game. And a fastball just misses. On to first base goes Walls. Walls had 3 walks last night. He starts the night with a walk here. Somebody you really don't want on the base pass, especially to start, and Taylor Walls, again, stole 4 bases last night, leads the entire ABL with 10. And we'll see if he's off and going here to start the game. Now the batter, Grant Palmer. See, he bunts this one right in front of the mound. It'll be a beauty there right to Kyle Simons. He fires over to Wanhanen at first base for the out. But a successful sacrifice bunt moves Taylor Walls up to second base. So with 1 man out, Stefan Trosclair, the league's leading RBI man, steps to the plate. He's getting a start at first base again tonight. He would drive in the go-ahead run last night. That was an RBI ground out to second base. Taylor Walls, actually, who's on second base, would score that run. Walls scoring 3 times last night. Simons comes set. Swing and a miss. A curveball misses up, or hits the outside edge for a called strike. So now it's an 0-1 count now on the right-handed hitting Trosclair. Outfield and infield playing straight away. An 0-1 count here in the inning. Here in the first inning, no score. Walls starts to go, but Trosclair hitting the forearm. Shakes this one off. Looked a little painful as he delivered a fastball to hit him on the forearm there that went all the way back to the screen. So on to first base goes Trosclair with a hit batsman. There's 2 on with 1 out for the Bucs here in the first inning.
And that's something the Bucs want to see, even though it's a hard way to get on base. Trosclair, their best hitter, was not on yesterday. Did drive in 1 RBI on an RBI ground out, but that was all he could muster yesterday. Averaged up 13 points for the Bucs slugger yesterday. Now 2 on here just with 1 out. Top of the first, and Brenton Conrad going to try and drive in some runs.
Conrad, which is just his 4th at bat here, as Taylor Wall starts to go at third base. The ground ball to third baseman Nygaard, it's just foul. Walls is off and going, stopped for a second, and started going again as the ball was hit to the third base bag. Would have been a force out for Nygaard had he been able to get to it, but I think Walls might have been safe there with the speed. This says fourth at bat for Conrad. He's 1 for 3 on the season. Just appeared in one game, so this is second game, his first start. Simons comes off the mound, looks back at second base, and back safely as Walls. Simons comes set now. Ready with the 0-1. Here's a delivery. Chop to the shortstop, Wolf. This could be trouble. On to second one. On to first, and safe at first base. Says Jim Leiser, who is our bases umpire tonight. Behind the plate is Chris Viverito. So with 2 men out, runners are on the corner. And field will stay at normal depth as the outfield will as well. On first, now standing is Brent Conrad. On third base is Taylor Walls. Now Zane Gerwitz to bat with 2 outs. Gerwitz looking for hit number 11 on the season here. A sinker low of the knees here, a 1-0 count. Gerwitz has 1 homer and 3 knocked in. That was a couple of nights ago in a loss to the Pilots. Short lead at first base for Brent Conrad. This one chopped out on the third base line. It's a 1-1 count. Kyle Simons, a tall righty from Texas A&M, towing the rubber, has 2 outs here in the inning. No score yet. There's a 1-1 count on the right-handed hitting center fielder Zane Gerwitz. Here's the 1-1. Change up misses just inside. It's a 2-1 count now on Gerwitz. Another nice crowd here on hand tonight to watch the Matsu Miners and trying to get another win over the Bucs, which would be the 3rd time this year. Here's a 2-1. It's popped up down the third base line. And foul ground, Niles Nygaard calling for it. He makes the catch, and that will end the inning. So a couple runners left stranded for the Bucs, but no damage done for Kyle Simons. We head to the bottom of the first inning. No score here at Hermon Brothers Field. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Hermon Brothers Field as we enter the bottom half of the first inning. Let's go ahead and give you the starting pitcher tonight. It's going to be Taylor Jones. Taylor Jones, also a good hitter on this team. But tonight, on the season, he's a 303 hitter. He's driven in 4 runs, but tonight going to get the start on the hill, will not be at the plate. 0-3 on the year with a 5.19 earned run average and 3 starts. Has struck out 9 and walked 9, allowing 21 hits and 17 and third innings pitched. He attends Gonzaga University, so a teammate of a number of Matsu Miners players. And there's Brick Paskowitz to lead things off here. Brick getting the start out in right field tonight. First pitch changeup misses away. It's going to be gets the edge, excuse me. They're going to give him a strike here. 0-1 count. And now on the same spot, they get him another change up there. It's an 0-2 count coming. 0-2 count coming. Here it is. Fastball away. It's a 1-2 count now. Brick on the season, a 375 clip, a double, a triple, and 6 knocked in. Takes another fastball away, and now Taylor Jones has a 2-2 count on Brick Pascoe to start the game. Tyler Wolf on deck for the Miners. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Slap foul of the screen, and it's a 2-2 count again. Defensively for the Bucs, it's Dylan Butler in right, Zane Gerwitz in center, Brody Leftridge in left, Stephen Trosclair at first, Grant Palmer at second, Taylor Walls at short, McCarthy Tatum at third base, and your battery of Nick Warren behind the plate, and Taylor Jones on the hill. He's ready with the 2-2, swinging a miss and a fastball upstairs. Brick Pascoe strikes out swinging to start the inning. So 1 man out quickly for Taylor Jones, which summons Tyler Wolf to the plate. Wolf on the season, having to struggle out of the gate a little bit, not because he wasn't hitting well, but hitting right at somebody every time. But now up to 212. It's a good week. Last week, one of the guys was hitting over 350. Curveball taken at the knees for a called strike, and 0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch from Taylor. It's grounded to the first base bag. It's off the chest of Trosclair. We'll see how they score that because Taylor Wolf will be booking into first base and reach safely. The ball goes into the foul ground off of Trosclair's chest. A tough play for him, but it's a play that maybe should have been made. It took a tough hop off his chest and in the right field. It's going to score a hit on the scoreboard here. Waiting on the official scoring, which is also a single. So give Tyler Wolf another single. He continues his tear at the plate. And now a runner on first base with just one out for Caruso.
Good piece of hitting by Tyler Wolf. Just took a weird hop. Not really at the fault of Trosclair.
Curveball gets the edge this time. I'm going to try to backdoor him there and got it over. 0-1 count on Alex Caruso. Caruso a 355 clip, 1 homer, 13 RBIs, and that 1 homer, of course, was last night. Gave the Miners a 6-4 lead at the time in the 5th inning. Throw back over to first base, back safely is Tyler Wolf.
With the way that Tyler Wolf has been able to really get contact on the ball and hit that into a tough spot for Trosclair to try to make, does deserve the hit.
Two-seam fastball gets the knees here. It's an 0-2 count. So now Caruso going to have to adjust here behind the count 0-2 and a runner on first base. The infield will play a double play depth. The outfield straight away. Coming set with it is Jones. Here's a pitch. Ground ball to the left side, and Taylor Walls dives for it, can't get to it there. And a base hit to left field off the bat of Caruso. He goes the other way with it, safe at second base. A throw coming into second base. Tyler Wolf back safely there. Back-to-back base hits by the Matsu Miners here as Matt Diorio will step to the plate with 2 runners on first and second and 1 out.
Miners trying to get off to another good start. Past 2 nights at home, they've been able to score early runs. 3 on Saturday night's game against the Panthers, 4 last night in the first inning against the Bucs. Looking to get off to a good start here today as well.
Two-seam fastball misses away, a 1-0 count now on Matt Diorio. Diorio, the league leader in batting average now at .415. 5 doubles on the season, also 11 knocked in. Getting close to the league leader in that department also. This one popped up in the air on the left side, though. Giving chase out in left field as Leftridge having trouble with it now. Now the third baseman, McCarthy Tatum, going to make the catch in short left field. I think for a second, Leftridge thought he had a beat on it and then lost it up there. But thankfully, it's actually there's a catch there out in short left by the infielder. So now Vance Vizcaino will step to the plate now with 2 men out. Miners trying to capitalize with 2 runners on with 1 out. Now they have 2 outs with the same situation. Curveball gets over for a called strike. 0-1 count. On deck, Niles Nygaard should the inning continue. Jones coming in, set now. He looks in for the signs. Now he delivers home. Changeup gets the edge for a called strike. It's now going to be an 0-2 count on Vance Vizcaino. Vance, a 299 clip, 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 10 runs knocked in on the season. So lefty Vance Vizcaino against the righty Taylor Jones. Here's the 0-2. Slap fouled on the third baseline, make that. 0-2 count again to Vizcaino. Vizcaino waves his bat around and awaits the 0-2. Jones comes set. He delivers. Slap down third base back. And a play made by McCarthy Tatum by himself. Steps on the bag and gets the runner out at third base. An easy roller hit to him, and he was able to nip the second base runner and Tyler Wolf out at third base. So that's out number 3 here in the inning. The Miners get 2 base hits, but leave them stranded. We head to the top of the second inning. Nothing to score right here in your Matsu Miners Radio Network. For up-to-date score, schedules, rosters, and much more, visit www.alaskabaseballleague.com. Your home for everything ABL. Set to go here again at Hermon Brothers Field. The first pitch delivered to Dylan Butler in there for a called strike on a fastball. 0-1 count on Butler. No score here in the top of the second inning. And a curveball going to not curve far enough as it hits the hand of Butler on the first base. He'll go, but he's in a lot of pain. Shaking his fists around. Hopefully he's all right there. And the manager, Grahovic, going to come out of the mound or come out to check on him. Not sure exactly what he's doing. He's not heading to first base, but still he comes out of the dugout and kind of stands there for a second. Not sure what he was upset about, but he goes back to the dugout now. Grahovic heads back there now, and up to the plate will be McCarthy Tatum. Tatum at third base tonight. Tatum a 226 clip. Has 1 double and 2 knocked in on the season. Here's the pitch. He squares around a bunt and we'll see if he stays around for it. They give him a called strike. He did keep his bat up too long. It's a fastball upstairs that McCarthy Tatum's kept his bat around too long for on the squared bunt. 0-1 count on him. He squares around a bunt again, and this one bunted right to Kyle Simons. He looks back to second. He doesn't have a play there. Throws over to first base. Juan Hannen with the catch. There's out number 1, and for the second consecutive inning, a runner standing on second base with just 1 out. Both the same fashion as well. It was a walk in the first inning for Walls that he reached second base on a bunt from Palmer. Now it's a hit batsman, Dylan Butler, and now a bunt from McCarthy Tatum puts him at second base with 1 out.
Bucs love doing that small ball, except not as much speed on second base this time as was in the first inning with Taylor Walls. Butler not really a big threat to steal third base.
First pitch, a slider that gets on the inside edge for a called strike to Nick Warren, the catcher. Warren looking for his third hit of the year. He does have 1 RBI and 4 walks, though. The 0-1 count coming Here's the pitch. Fastball runs in too far. It's a 1-1 count now. Warren, the right-handed batter, against the righty Kyle Simons. Look at the runner at second base. Now the pitch. Fastball missing away. 2-1 count now on him. On second base, Dylan Butler. One man out here in the inning. A 2-1 count on Nick Warren from Saugus, California is Warren. Here's a 2-1. Pop foul out of play, and we'll go 2 balls and 2 strikes on him now. The foul ball or home run does damage to your car. Visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. Kyle Simons ready with a 2-2 count now with one man out here in the inning and a runner on second base. Here's a pitch. Slider, got him on the outside edge. It was a very late call by home plate umpire Chris Viverito. He thought he might call a ball for a second. It was low at the knees, but they give him the strike at the knees away on the slider. A nice pitch there for Kyle Simons. And that's a strikeout number 1 of the evening for him. Now the runner on second base and nobody out here, or 2 outs to make that, excuse me. It'll be Brody Leftridge, the left fielder. Look at the runner at second, the delivery home. It's a fastball at the letters for a called strike, and it's 0-1 count on him. Leftridge at 179 on the year. He has three doubles on the year and 3 runs knocked in. Also has walked 6 times. The 0-1 from Simons. Chopped at this one. It goes foul on the third base line. There's a check swing that he went a little bit too far on. Outfield playing very shallow and Caruso toward the right center field gap. Brick Pasco is playing very, very shallow out in right field. So on second base, Dylan Butler. 2 men out here in the inning and an 0-2 count on the left fielder, Leftridge. Here's a pitch. Ground ball hit right back to Simons. He turns around and fires to Juan Hanan in time, and that will end the inning. So a leadoff hit batsman left stranded on the base pass here as we head to the top of the second innings, or bottom half of the second inning, excuse me. No score here at Hermon Brothers Field. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Did you know that 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by human error? The Matsu Miners have joined the movement to spread the public's awareness to these dangerous natural disasters. Whatever your reason for lighting a fire is, always do so responsibly. For questions on burning in the Matsu area or to learn how to acquire a burn permit, call 907-761-6338 or visit www.forestry.alaska.gov. Because a Smokey Bear would say, only you can prevent a wildfire. First pitch fouled here by Niles Nygaard. He leads off here in the bottom half of the second inning. No score here. Here's the 0-1. And this one's going to plunk him in the back on a curveball. Didn't curve enough. Niles Nygaard in pain, but he's going to flip his bat over to his dugout here and head on down to first base. The leadoff hitter aboard here. Walking slowly still is Nygaard. We hope he's okay. But that'll bring up Tanner Nishioka. Tanner hitting very well. I think we've said that way too much of recent. He continues to hit the cover off the baseball. Earning a start 9 in and 9 out after a while. He's sitting on the bench, but has been really on a tear recently. Curveball misses inside. It's a 1-0 count on him. His offensive explosion of recent has his batting average up to .422 as he pops this one in the right center field gap, giving chase in center field. And making the catch on the right field center field gap is Zane Gurwitz. He makes the catch all the way at the warning track out there. Nishioka gives this one a ride as well, but Miles Nygaard having to retreat quickly to the bag.
And that, again, for almost the second straight day, Tanner Nishioka almost hits one out of here. He had one to deep left center field yesterday that was caught on the warning track by Sam Brown, and today that one tracked all the way to the warning track. He's making those outfielders run all over the place, Kyle.
That he is. A throw over to first base, and Nygaard ties back safely. That brings up Jake Schleppenbach now, the number 9 hitter in the order. 3 hits last night and 4 plate appearances. 5 runs knocked in on the year for him. Fastball misses away. It's a 2-0 count on Schleppenbach now. Short lead at first for Nygaard. Here's a pitch. Gets curveball here. Gets the outside edge. 1-1 on him now. Schleppenbach, the left-handed batter, against the righty Taylor Jones. The infield at double play depth. Trosclair holding over Nygaard at first base. It's a ground ball hit to the shortstop. Wall's going to take this one himself to the bag. On to first base with the completed double play. An unassisted double play from Taylor Walls. A 6-3 double play in the books. And that will end the inning for the Matsu Miners. So all in all, after allowing that leadoff hit batsman of Nygaard, it's a 1-2-3 inning for Taylor Jones. We head to the top of the third inning. Still no score here in Hermon Brothers Field. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Looking for ways to get closer to the Valley's team? Now you can. Like the Matsu Miners on Facebook. You can also follow them on Twitter at ABL Miners. Get more connected with your Miners today. Now we're in the top of the third inning now as the Anchorage Bucs step to the plate. And it's Taylor Walls to lead things off. He starts out with a fly ball to left field, a lazy one at that. Backing up a couple steps and moving toward the line and making the catch is Vance Vizcaíno. There's out number 1 on 1 pitch.
And that's a much better start. Taylor Walls really not retired yesterday at all, and he was a nuisance on the base paths all day that the Miners had to deal with. I think Kyle Simons and this entire Miners team will take an easy 1-pitch flyout to start off the third inning.
Sinker in there at the knees for a called strike. It's 0-1 count now on Grant Palmer. Palmer had a double and played a couple of runs last night to tie the game at 4 in the second inning. Make that. Also a sacrifice bunt tonight to start the game as he lines this one down the third base line and they say just foul. That would have been a double easily for Grant Palmer, but it's just left of the bag.
And when I say nuisance that Taylor Walls was, I mean it in a very good way. You want to be a nuisance on the base paths, being able to get on every time and steal bases. That really gets in the opposing pitcher's head when he knows you're going to reach base and take off.
Curveball or slider, misses upstairs, a 1-2 count now. But anytime you steal 4 bases and score 3 runs on the night, you know it's a good night for you, especially for your leadoff hitter. You're expecting to get on base. Swing and a miss on a slider here, and down swinging goes Grant Palmer. 2 outs here for Kyle Simons here in the third inning. Strikeout number 2 for Simons, and so far it's been a relatively easy inning for Kyle Simons. So far, a 5-pitch inning for Kyle Simons is a 1-pitch out to Taylor Walls and 4-pitch strikeout of Grant Palmer. That brings up Stephen Trosclair now. Here's a pitch. This one's going to plunk Stephen Trosclair. On to first base goes Trosclair. That's the third batter that Kyle Simons has hit tonight. Chris Viverito started walking toward him. Not sure if anything was said to Kyle Simons, but that's the third hit batsman in 3 innings tonight.
And also the 4th of the game as Niles Nygaard was plunked in the last inning, probably just for precautionary reasons, trying to make sure that the hit batsman is not foul play. And we know Kyle Simons is not purposely drilling people out here. That one barely grazed Trosclair.
Fastball gets the outer edge here for a called strike to Conrad. Conrad reached on a fielder's choice back in the first inning. It was a 6-4 fielder's choice that would cut off Trosclair at second base. He bats here with 2 outs and Trosclair on first base again. This time fastball misses away, a 1-1 count here on the DH. Conrad officially now 1 for 4 on the season. The lefty Conrad against the righty Kyle Simons. The throw back over to first base and diving safely is Trosclair. Outfield and infield playing straight away. Caruso playing shallow in center field. We're at the top of the third inning and no score as Trosclair goes. A swing and a miss. The throw down to second base. Safe is Trosclair at second base. So a stolen base for Trosclair here. Trosclair number 5 on the season doing the department. 5 of 6 in stolen base chances. Now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the inning. A 1-2 count on the DH, Brent Conrad. Simons comes set. He delivers home. Slap foul down the third base line and out of play. The foul ball or home run does damage to your car. Visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. Kyle Simons ready now with the 1-2 pitch. He comes set with it now. He delivers home. Slap foul about the same spot again, and we'll go 1 ball, 2 strikes again on Brent Conrad. So far, an 11-pitch inning for Kyle Simons. He retired the first 2 batters with ease and then would hit Stephen Trosclair on the first pitch of the at-bat there. Now, a long at-bat for Brent Conrad. The 1-2 pitch. Slider misses away. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 men out. Conrad from Louisiana Lafayette. Last year hit 241 there with a triple, a homer, and 22 runs knocked in. Kyle Simon's going to fake over to second base. Trosclair goes back safely. So righty Simons matchup against the lefty Brent Conrad. It's a 2-2 count on him. Here's a pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Schleppenbach going to dive for it. It's into right field. Brick Paskowitz can't get a hold of it, though. It's going to fall under his glove and around to score. Run number 1 of the night for the Bucs is Stephen Trosclair. They give a single to Brent Conrad, and the error allows Trosclair to round third and score. So now a 2-out run scoring here, a 1-0 ball game for the Bucs. That'll bring up Zane Gurwitz. Gurwitz today has popped up to third baseman Nygaard his first time up. Here's a pitch. Line drive over Schleppenbach's head at second base and into right field for a base hit. Back-to-back base hits for the Bucs with 2 men out. That's their second hit of the ball game. That'll bring up Dylan Butler now. Butler, the right fielder tonight, was hit by a pitch last inning. And he'll bat here with 2 men out here in the inning. So what started as a 5-pitch, 2-out inning for the righty Kyle Simons has turned into 3 consecutive guys reaching and 1 run scoring, all with 2 outs. Runners on first and second for Kyle Simons, 2 men out. He delivers home. Slider gets the inner edge, and it's a called strike to Butler. Butler with 1 homer and 1 knocked in on the season. Here's a pitch to him. Sinker misses low. It'll be a 1-1 count on him now. Dylan Butler from Belle Chase, Louisiana. Facing the righty Kyle Simons. They try to pick him off at second base. Back safely goes Brent Conrad. Conrad, of course, reaching base on a single and advance on the single. The very next batter by Gerwitz. And that single would also score a run on the error by Paskowitz in right field, which is Paskowitz's first error of the season. Slider gets the inner edge of the knees for a called strike. A 1-2 count now. Kyle Simons again a strike away from getting out of the inning. Simons looks in for the sign. The 1-2 count. Runners on first and second. 1-0 Bucs here in the top of the third inning. Here's the pitch. Popped up, straight up in the air. We'll see who will take charge. It's behind home plate. The catcher, Diorio, makes the catch right around home plate in the left-handed batter's box. And that will end the inning. But 2-out damage done against Kyle Simons. A hit batsman and 2 singles would play to run on the error by Paskowitz. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It's 1-0 Anchorage Bucs right here in your Matsu Miners Radio Network. Connor Wanhan is set to lead things off for the Matsu Miners here. So we enter the bottom of the third inning, trailing 1-0 as a run would come across to score on the top of the inning. Here's the first pitch. It's a fastball at the knees. It's an 0-1 count on Wanhanen. It's 9-1-2 in the batting order tonight here in the third inning. Here's a pitch. 2-seam fastball gets the knees again. It's an 0-2 count coming. Connor Wanhanen behind the count. Here's the 0-2. Chopped to the first base side. Troskler has a beat on it. Right at the bag. He has his foot on the bag as he grabs the ball. 3 unassisted in the scorebook for you. And 1 man out. Connor Wanhanen retired on 3 pitches. And that'll bring up Rick Paskowitz. Paskowitz today has struck out swing his first time up. Batting from the left side against the righty Taylor Jones. Here's a pitch. Curveball comes over and gets in there for a called strike. The tall righty Jones from Gonzaga. This time a 2-seam fastball misses away. Jones from Kent, Washington. He's 6'7", 205 pounds. A big boy on the hill tonight. Here's the 1-1. Fly ball hit the center field. It's going to be an easy play out in center field for Gerwitz as he backs up a couple steps and makes the catch over the shoulder. 2 men gone here in the bottom of the third inning. It's 1-0. The Bucs still lead it. That brings up Tyler Wolf, who singled and reached second base. Got a single by Caruso back in the first inning.
It's been a solid first 2 2/3 for Taylor Jones to give up the 2 singles in that first inning. Only hit the batter in the second, but since then has calmed himself. Miners looking to change that, though, right here. 2 outs.
First pitch, a slider that misses away to the right-hander and Tyler Wolf here. Shortstop for the Miners tonight. The wind in the 1-0 now. Ground to the right side. Trosclair can't feel this one. It's off his glove into right field. We'll see how they score that. Another tough play hit right at him again. The second time that's happened, they're going to give Trosclair an error here. Took a tough hop on him, but it was right off of his glove into right field. So reaching on a similar play here is Tyler Wolf. He grounded the first base bag the first time up. And Trosclair took a bad hop into the foul ground to get a base hit that first time. Now this one an error into right field. Caruso will bat with 2 men out now and a runner on first base. Here's the pitch. Bunted at and fouled back to the screen by Caruso. 0-1 behind the count now is Caruso. Looking to improve that .355 batting average he has. He's already done that in one swing tonight. Trying to do so again. He's also second in the league, tied for that department with 13 runs batted in, right behind Trosclair. Changeup gets the outer edge. 0-2 count now coming to Caruso. Catcher Matt DiOrio stands on deck if the inning should continue. The outfield and infield playing straight away with 2 outs and 2 strikes now on Caruso. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses away. It's a 1-2 count on him. Trosclair still going to hold on the runner on first base despite only being 2 outs here in the inning. Big hole on the right side. Should he be able to ground it one quickly down that way? Ground, and it's hit right there. Diving stop on the infield grass by Trosclair. He flips in time for Taylor Jones. It was almost as if Caruso heard exactly what I was saying, but despite that, Trosclair able to make a dandy play at first base to rob him of a base hit. And that's how the inning ends. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Kevin Peel takes the play-by-play action over for you for a couple innings here. 1-0 Bucs right here in your Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Welcome back here to Hermon Brothers Field. On to the top of the 4th, 1-0 Bucs over the Miners. 7, 8, 9 in the order. Leading off with McCarthy Tatum to face Kyle Simons. Takes the ball inside, does Tatum 1-0. What looked like would be a routine inning for the Miners righty. Turned out to be a little more difficult than he planned after he plunked Trosclair 2 singles. As it takes the ball low, does Tatum from Simons 2-0. Gave up 2 straight singles. And one of those was able to plate a run on an error before giving the Bucs the 1-0 lead. This one grounded 2 short. Should be an easy play for Wolf. Flips over to first. 1 gone. Here in the top of the 4th inning. That one almost took a weird hop into the stomach of Wolf. But as the skipper Ben Taylor described him, and I think fittingly so, in the Taylor's Take interview today, Steady Eddie over there at shortstop.
He's been able to make some nice plays over there with tough hops. He's been dealing with them every night, but playing very well there.
Chopped foul at the plate by Nick Warren, 0-1. Struck out looking back in the second inning. Nick Warren out of Fresno State University. One of two players on this team coming from the Bulldogs up here to Alaska. Takes the ball inside. Does Warren 1-1. Had some struggles at the plate this year so far. Came in with a batting average sub 100. But has some pop. 1-1 is inside and hits him in the shoulder for the fourth consecutive inning. Kyle Simons hits an Anchorage Buck in the last inning. That cost him as Trosclair was hit by a pitch, came in to score. Now the first base coach, Anthony Hudding, going to go retrieve some equipment for Nick Warren, who takes his base for the first time today. Now 1 on, 1 out, and that'll bring up Brody Leftridge. 0-for-1 with a ground ball. He was able to draw some walks yesterday, though, was Leftridge against his college teammate, Zach Warren. Ball low, says home plate umpire Chris Viverito on the fastball by Simons. 1-0. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for the Bucs. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Miners as we stand here in the top of the fourth. Throw over to check Nick Warren, and he's back in easily. Count still 1-0 on Leftridge. Simons from the stretch, and here's the 1-0 pitch. And it's grounded to second, could be 2. Schleppenbach flips to second for 1. The relay is in time to get Brody Leftridge at first. Had to make a quick turn with Schleppenbach, and Wolf had to make a powerful throw over to get him. But they do. After the double play, that ends the top of the fourth. We head to the bottom of the fourth with the Bucs leading 1-0. You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. The Miners spend their mornings lifting, running, and staying in shape by visiting the Alaska Club. Visit them in Anchorage, Eagle River, Fairbanks, Juneau, and the Mat-Su Valley. Visit www.thealaskaclub.com. On to the bottom of the fourth. Middle of the order, Matt Diorio, Vance Vizcaino, and Niles Nygaard come to the plate. It's a strike from Taylor Jones, 0-1. 37 pitches for Taylor Jones so far, 28 of them strikes. He has been dead on so far. And that is another called strike. Changeup at the knees on the outside corner, 0-2. Matt Diorio 0-for-1 with a pop out back in the first. That one misses high and away. 1-2. Taylor Jones, an interesting case from the University of Gonzaga. Interesting in terms of very talented, both in hitting and pitching. 1-2 fouled away by Diorio. Count remains 1-2. came into yesterday's game with a .328 batting average, hit the ball pretty well in yesterday's game, but was hitless, batting in the cleanup role. And today he comes in and starts the game for the Bucs. 1-2 is hit to right field, going back a couple steps and just to his left to make the catch is the right fielder, Dylan Butler. One gone here in the bottom of the fourth. Now bring up Vance Vizcaino.
Taylor Jones been firing strikes all night. That's been working in his favor so far. Well, they've been putting the ball's been put in play or not. He's been not walking batters. It's been a big concern for this Bucs team throughout the year is walking batters and allowing those guys to score, and so far not been a factor tonight.
First pitch is low for a ball. 1-0 the count on Vizcaino. Reached on a fielder's choice to end that first inning. As this one's popped up into short left field. Taylor Wall's going to call everyone off, and he'll make the catch. 2 gone here quickly in the bottom of the fourth. The inning will be left up to Niles Nygaard. He was hit by a pitch back in the second and ultimately retired on the double play turn by Taylor Walls, a 6-3 double play. Ended the bottom of the second. First pitch is tapped at the plate and off the leg of Nygaard. He will have to walk that one off a bit. That is the second time today that he has fouled one off that ankle. Might feel that one a little bit tonight.
He's getting all banged up tonight. Also got hit by a pitch. Tough night for him so far.
But knowing Niles, the warrior characteristics that he has, he'll step back in there like nothing happened. 0-1 pitch. And this one lined into right field, a base hit. Past Grant Palmer. 2-out base runner for the Miners. Their third hit of the game and first since that first inning. I'll bring up Tanner Nishioka.
So you foul a ball off your leg twice, off your ankle area twice, and then you get hit by a pitch, and what do you do then? You line it the other way for a base hit. Showed he doesn't care.
Regathered his focus quickly there. Got that single. Now Jones from the stretch, and this one's tapped towards third. Should be an easy play as McCarthy Tatum will flip to second to retire the side. So the Miners get a hit, but strand them on base. We head to the fifth. 1-0 Bucs on top of the Miners. This is your home for Miners baseball. The Alaska Railroad and the Alaska chapter of Operation Lifesaver offer the following tips to railbelt neighbors and friends to stay trackwise and safe. Only cross at public crossings. The only safe place to cross the railroad tracks is at a public crossing designated by the crossbuck sign. And also, trains cannot swerve or stop quickly. Even if the engineer sees you, a freight train moving 55 miles per hour can take a mile or more to stop once emergency brakes are applied. That's 18 football fields. For more rail safety tips, visit the Operation Lifesaver website at www.oli.org. Remember, be trackwise. Top of the order for the Anchorage Bucs here to begin the fifth is Taylor Walls will step up 0 for 1. And he will take a ball low, 1-0. This at-bat already longer than his last at-bat in the third. He flew out on one pitch to left, walked and got to third in that first inning. Takes a called strike on the outside corner with the fastball from Simons, 1-1. Wind blowing pretty heavily towards that right field corner today. 1-1. Called strike. Another fastball from Simons, 1-2. Rain possibilities are in the forecast, especially around 9 p.m. here in Palmer, a 70% chance. So the conditions have gotten cloudy as the day has gone on. That's a ball low on the sinker from Simons, 2-2. And also that wind that has been pretty steady all afternoon has picked up ever so slightly, the gusts. In yesterday's day game, it was a pretty calm atmosphere. Not as much today. Some instability in the atmosphere. 2-2. This one is grounded in between short and third. A base hit past the sliding Tyler Wolf into left field. Taylor Walls reaches for the second time today. That is his first hit and third hit of the game for the Anchorage Bucs. I'll bring up Grant Palmer.
Certainly a guy you don't want on base. He's already been on base once, reached all the way to third base, but scored 3 runs last night again. Certainly like to keep him out the base pass if possible. The infield is set up a double play depth here now. Hard got a double off at second base still in Walls.
Grant Palmer, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout and a sacrifice bunt back in the first to move up Walls. Throw to check the runner, and he's back in safely. Grant Palmer had a 2-run double in yesterday's game, which played at RBIs number 2 and 3 on the season for him. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike from Simons, 0-1. Palmer, another one of these Anchorage Bucs hitters off to a rough start this season, batting sub 100. And that double had to feel good for him yesterday, get that confidence up. Throw to check the runner, and he's back in safely once again. Grant Palmer out of UC Irvine, Big West Conference. Anteater. 0-1. And the bunt at the plate is fouled off. So the count quickly 0-2 on Palmer. He's going to have to swing away now.
Maybe a win here for Simons, not allowing that bunt to cross over. You don't want to get Walls over to second base. So maybe with the bunt and the 2 strikes, they won't be thinking bunt here. Obviously, a bunt with 2 strikes, a foul here would be a strikeout.
And this is a player in Palmer that is a high school athlete of the year, a 3-time All-Pioneer League selection. As the curveball is fouled off, Walls was taking off first, hit and run, but he'll have to go back. Count still 0-2 on Palmer, who's named All-CIF in 2011, a 3-time Daily Breeze All-Area Choice as well. This guy has a lot of accolades, just hasn't quite translated yet to the Alaska Baseball League. When it does, he's going to be a solid number 2 hitter in this lineup. 0-2 as Walls is going to take off again. This one is popped up into short right field. Coming over towards the line is Brick Paskowitz to make the catch. One gone. Now bring up Stefan Trosclair. Trosclair has reached twice and scored once, hit by 2 pitches, and came in to score on the error.
The only run we have to this point in this game so far.
Kyle Simons right now with 61 pitches, 39 of them strikes. As we play here in the 5th, that's still a pretty good pitch count. Checks Walls, and he's back in safely to Simons. Trosclair's RBI ground out yesterday moved him up to 14 RBIs for the season. First pitch is grounded foul. 0-1 the count. Tied coming into today with Jordan Washam, the shortstop for the Peninsula Oilers. 1 RBI behind him is the man standing out in center field who hit that 2-run bomb yesterday, Alex Caruso. And back safely on the check by Simons is Walls. Count still 0-1 on Trosclair. 0-1. And taking off his Walls was a pitch out, but Diorio kind of struggled to get the ball into his hand, and the throw not in time. So Taylor Walls moves up into scoring position with another stolen bag. That is his 11th of the season. Continues to improve in that category.
Now leads the league in that category as well. Continues to up that league leading statistic he has.
1-1 is a curveball that goes way inside from Simons, 2-1. Walls, a decent lead over there at second. Simons in the stretch. He's had to deal with a base runner in every inning he's pitched so far. In a couple instances now, it's been Taylor Walls. 2-1 is a nice changeup for a strike. 2-2 the count on Trosclair. Schleppenbach shading a bit towards the second base bag. So a big hole between first and second right now. Outfield playing straight away on Trosclair. 2-2 as Walls was taking off. Hanging slider was fouled off. Trosclair didn't get all that one, and it was a good thing because it was one that was up and in. But Trosclair missed it. 2-2. Simons from the stretch. He's ready and instead pulls off, throws back to check Walls, who might have been designated to take off on that play because it took him a second to get back. Pretty close play. Now Simons will focus on the 2-2 pitch coming to Stephen Trosclair. And again, same play. Throws to check him again. And Taylor Walls, a couple close calls at second base as Simons is on to his game. Simons looking in. 2-2 pitch is high for a ball. 3-2. Trosclair was also up here and played last season with the Bucs. And his freshman year at Louisiana Lafayette, his offensive ability shone through very well. Hit .348 with 59 RBIs in just 62 games that he started. He fouls that one away. Count full on Trosclair. 3-2.
That was the seventh pitch of this at-bat so far. Trosclair working on very, very good in this at-bat at least. This will be number 8 here.
Full count, 3-2. And Simons steps off, fakes the throw over to Walls, who slides back in safely. No one was covering the bag. Now ready again with the 3-2 pitch. And it is a fastball lined into center field. Caruso still hustling, still going. He's not going to get there. So it's going to go all the way to the wall in center field. In to score is Taylor Walls. All the way to third is Stephen Trosclair with his 15th RBI. Now the league leader on the season as the Bucs take a 2-0 lead on their 4th hit of the game. It is a stand-up triple for Stephen Trosclair on a ball that just kept carrying to dead center field as the pitching coach, Matt Greeley, going to come out and have a chat with his right-handed pitcher, Kyle Simons.
Tough break there for Kyle Simons there. Threw a lot of pitches in that bat, hoping to get a strikeout of Trosclair, and Trosclair burns him here, and a pitch sent well over the head of Caruso. Now a triple for him. Plays number 15, RBI number 15 for him on the year, as you said. Continues to hit very well at the plate this year. And again, the league leader in that category, a tough out to get, and so far has not been retired, been hit by 2 pitches, and now a triple with an RBI.
And when you look at it, he was a guy that he had an RBI in yesterday's game, but was 0 for 4. He had 2 harmless singles in the matchup on July 2nd at home. It was a 2-1 loss to the Miners, and he was also 0 for 4, but drove in a run on June 14th against the Miners. So in many ways, it was really a matter of time before Trosclair stepped up and got a big hit, because he's been in so many clutch situations, has not really been able to deliver in a big way, but he did that time with the RBI triple. Swung on and missed as Bren Conrad swings through that changeup from Simons. 0-1. Infield going to play in as Trosclair stands at third. In the top of the 5th, Bucs leading 2-0. Takes a look towards third. Here's the pitch. And it is on the inside corner for a strike. Fastball from Simons, 0-2. Outfield maybe playing a step in on Conrad. 0-2. As that is a ball in the dirt outside. Waste pitch from Simons, 1-2. Still only one out in this fifth inning. Inning that started with the single by Walls. Palmer flew out. Then the triple by Trosclair drives in a run. 1-2. Tapped foul at the plate by Conrad. 1-2. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Fielder's choice back in the first. And had his second hit of the season with a single back in that third inning. So ultimately stranded at second, though. One-two pitch is low for a ball. 2-2. Bucs have stranded a base runner in every inning except the fourth. Stranded 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. Still one base runner on here in the fifth. 2-2 pitch is low for a ball again. And Brenton Conrad has worked himself back into this at bat very well. 3-2. Conrad still looking for his first RBI of the season. 3-2 is lined right at Schleppenbach and makes the sliding play. As that one, if he was playing back, would have been a ground ball to him, and Trosclair would have been able to score, but the infield playing in that time. And it was a hard liner, but able to slide to his left and make the catch was Schleppenbach. A nice play there. 2 gone. Now the infield will move back, and that brings up Zane Gerwitz.
The decision to bring the infield in works very well there. Ball over his head would have scored a run. A ground ball would have scored a run as well.
Bunt popped up and headed right back towards us. 0-1. 1 for 2 on the day as Zane Gerwitz, his single, was back in the third inning. Part of 3 consecutive base runners that reached. Oh-1 pitch to Gerwitz is popped up in foul ground. Kyle Simons coming over quickly to make the catch as he calls off Juan Hanan and Diorio to make the play. Another run comes in to score on the RBI triple by Stefan Trosclair. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Anchorage Bucs up 2-0 on the Matsu Miners. You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. Want to learn more about your Matsu Miners? Visit their website at www.matsuminers.org. It provides you a schedule, stats, rosters, upcoming events, and more. MatsuMiners.org, the official website of the Matsu Miners. 8-9-1 due up for the Miners. And Schleppenbach shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a ball inside to start off the at-bat 1-0. Grounded into a 6-3 double play back to end the second inning did Jake Schleppenbach. Taylor Jones back to the hill. Now working with a 2-run lead. It's a called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Talked about how solid Jones's stats were before the last inning, and he kept that pace going in the fourth. As this one lined towards left, coming in, and not going to make the catch as Leftridge gets behind him. Schleppenbach will be on his way to second. The throw in is not in time, but Schleppenbach has to slide in, and the Miners get off to a good start here in this bottom of the fifth inning. As the ball gets past Leftridge, it's going to be called a double, as he made the diving play, and it was a ball that was getting down quickly. Leftridge decided to not let it drop in front of him, tried to go for the out, couldn't quite get it. Schleppenbach will take the extra base hit, and now runner on second for Connor Wanhanen.
Sometimes it's the risk you take when you try to make a nice play on the outfield. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes you pay for it. That time, left fielder Leftridge pays for it.
And trying to bunt is Wanhanen. That one's fouled right at the plate. 0-1. Second double of the season for Jake Schleppenbach. Big gaps out there in the outfield. As Leftridge and Butler seemingly shading a little bit closer to the lines than usual. Taylor Jones takes a look towards second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Wanhanen tries to bunt, pulls back, and takes a ball. 1-1. Just got his bat back in time, did Wanhanen. 0 for 1 today with a ground out. 1-1 pitch. And showing bunt again, but pulls back and takes a ball low. Ahead in the count now is Wanhanen, 2-1. Trosclair, the one taking extra steps in towards the home plate. 2-1 pitch. Showing bunt again. It's a great one down the third base line, but it rolls foul. If that one would have stayed fair, it would have threatened with an infield base hit because McCarthy Tatum was not charging that ball hard at all.
I think it would have been a base hit because they probably would have seen if it would have gone fair foul there. And I think if it would have stayed fair, it would have been an infield hit easily. But this one just rolls foul on a 2-strike count now, and Wanhanen will see if he decides to stay with the bunt or if he swings away here.
Good effort. Bad break there for Wanhanen, but still has a chance to swing the big stick here. Jones from the stretch. 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed by Wanhanen. It's a fastball that cut outside on him, and he swung through it. 1 out. Runner still on second. They'll bring up the top of the order. Brick Paskowitz, who's due for a hit. 0 for 2. Coming in with that 375 clip. I mentioned in the pregame that 6 hitters hit over 350 for the Miners last week. Brick Paskowitz hitting 364 in that span. Curveball taken for a strike. 0-1 in a week in which the Miners' offense really started to assert itself after the slow start to the season. Came out with some big showings, like the 13-2 win over the Chinooks a week ago Monday, and 9-1 win on Saturday against the Panthers. This one hit pretty well towards right field. Still going back is Dylan Butler's off the wall. Schleppenbach going to come in to score. Paskowitz is on second. He will go to third. The throw will not be made as Walls bobbled it. And Brick Paskowitz hammered one off the wall that scores the first run of this game and makes it 2-1 for a second. It looked like it had a chance to go. Bounced off the middle of that wall as Dylan Butler went crashing into the wall to try and get to it. RBI triple, 5th hit of the game for the Miners. It is the 2nd triple of the season for Brick Paskowitz, and more importantly, his 7th RBI as the Miners cut this lead in half, 2-1, and still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Tyler Wolf, now the batter. First pitch from Jones, swung on and missed. Big cut by Wolf, 0-1. Infield playing in to try and prevent against the tie ball game. That was a curveball that looked low in and around the knees that Paskowitz essentially golfed off the wall and right. That pitch high for a ball to Wolf. 1-1. In the on-deck circle, Alex Caruso. The meat of this lineup now are the Miners. And this one lined into left field, a base hit by Tyler Wolf. He'll drive in another as the Miners tie this game at 2. RBI single for Wolf as he drives in RBI number 6 of the season on his 15th hit. Make that 16th. As he has his second single of the game, and Taylor Jones, who is seemingly unmarked, having a great first 4 innings, gives up 2 just like that here in the bottom of the 5th. And the Miners are not done threatening, still only 1 out, runner on first. And the game is all tied up at 2. 6 hits now on the board for the Miners. I'll bring up Alex Caruso. Taylor Jones from the stretch. First pitch is a called strike with a fastball on the outside corner. 0-1 to Caruso, who is 1 for 2 today with a single back in the first and a ground out to the pitcher back in the third. Jones takes a look towards first. Here's the 0-1, and it's a pitch out, and not going was Tyler Wolf. So good awareness there by the Miners that they might try and do the pitch out there. Wolf having some speed at first, but was not going at all. So instead, it's just a ball. 1-1 is lined into right field. A base hit by Alex Caruso. On to second goes Tyler Wolf. Caruso has his second single of this game. That is the 3rd consecutive hit of this inning and the 4th hit of the inning overall. So that will bring up the dangerous Matt DiOrio as the pitching coach Ken Hokuff going to come out to the mound here and have a chat with Taylor Jones. As the Miners, it took them a little while. They had just 3 hits through 4 innings, but they are really starting to get to Taylor Jones's pitches right now, Kyle.
Yeah, it seems like the Miners are starting to figure him out a little bit, and he's throwing a lot of strikes today, but sometimes you throw too many strikes, and that's the thing that's what's happening here is getting the pitches a little bit too far over the plate, and the Miners pitcher taking advantage of it. He's thrown 46 strikes into 16 balls so far, but I think the last couple of them have been too far over the plate. And again, the Miners take advantage of it. They have runners on first and second now with 1 man out and already are 2 runs home. So we'll see if it could be a big inning for the Miners, already 2 runs in. See if DiOrio can capitalize here.
Now 7 hits on the game for the Miners to just 4 for the Bucs. Score all tied up at 2. Infield playing double play depth on Matt DiOrio. And he will take a ball outside, 1-0. DiOrio is 0 for 2 with a pop out and a fly out to right back in the 4th. That was in his last at bat. 1-0 pitch is outside for a ball again with the curveball from Jones. 2-0. Some action in the Bucs bullpen. Seemingly having to, as Jones has began to struggle in this inning. Called strike on the outside corner and above the belt to DiOrio. 2-1.
Still a relatively low pitch count for him, though. Just 63 pitches thrown so far.
With the good efficiency through 4 innings, he is still in a good spot there pitch count-wise. 2-1 is swung on and missed by DiOrio. Pulled the string on him there. Changeup, 2-2. Caruso not being held at first by Trosclair. And the infield still playing double play depth, so Wolf has a decent lead at second. 2-2 pitch from Jones is low in the dirt. Bounced it in on the fastball. Full count now to DiOrio. Still only 1 out, so the runners may or may not go on this pitch, depending how aggressive the skipper, Ben Taylor, wants to get. Now in a tie ball game, 2-2. Here in the 5th. Full count pitch is outside for a ball, and DiOrio takes his base. First time he's reached today. And that brings up Vance Vizcaino in an increasingly dicey situation for Taylor Jones and the Bucs. Now the base is loaded with Miners.
And just 1 man out in the situation, so a fly ball anywhere in the outfield could potentially score a run and give the Miners a lead. And just a moment ago, 2-0, though. It looked like the Bucs were on their way, but here the Miners come back, battling back, tie the game, and maybe have a chance to take the lead.
First pitch from Jones is low for a ball, 1-0. Interesting call here made by the manager, Mike Grahovic, to keep the infield back. Wants to get the double play, but Vizcaino, a lot of speed at the plate. Going to be a tough double play to turn. This one grounded up the middle. This one could do it. No, Walls boots it. They'll still step on second for one. Is Palmer, who backed up his shortstop very well there. He overran the ball, did Walls, but in to score is Tyler Wolf to take the lead on a fielder's choice by Vance Vizcaino. Miners lead at 3-2 here in the bottom of the fifth. Run corners for Niles Nygaard. Another RBI for Vance Vizcaino. That is now his 11th of the season. And 2 outs now, and that's a ball high to Nygaard, 1-0. Nygaard has reached base twice today. He was hit by a pitch in the second and singled back in the fourth. 1-0 from Jones is low for a ball. Ahead in count is Nygaard now 2-0. Force opportunities at second and first for the Bucs. On any contact, Caruso will be coming home with 2-0. Is a called strike on the inside corner. Fastball, 2-1. That pitch had some bite in on him. Good job to lay off that one by Nygaard, even though it was a called strike. Would have been a tough pitch to hit. 2-1 is hit softly into right field. Palmer trying to get out there quickly, and he will be able to do so to retire the side. But the Miners take the lead. An RBI triple by Brick Paskowitz, an RBI single by Tyler Wolf, and a fielder's choice during Vance Vizcaino's at bat gives the Miners the lead. They lead 3-2 heading to the sixth. You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. This inning, we will have the Palmer Bar, ABL, and MLB scoreboard. Now with outdoor seating, you can enjoy a refreshing drink and good friends outdoors in the Alaska sunshine. Located in downtown Palmer, the Palmer Bar is a great place to grab a bite to eat and take in the sights. Call 907-745-3041 today. Miners get offense when they need it in the bottom of the fifth, and they take a 3-2 lead here into the sixth. Kyle Simons will come back to the hill, pitching with the lead for the first time. First pitch from him is a ball inside to Dylan Butler, 0-1. He was hit by a pitch back in the second and popped out in the third inning. 0-1 officially. Second pitch from Simons is chopped foul by Dylan Butler. Count now 1-1 on the Bucs right fielder. Taking a look around the ABL, Pilots shut out the Gold Panthers 3-0. 1-1 is inside for a ball, 2-1. This coming after a 13-inning game yesterday. 15 innings, in which the Panthers were ultimately able to win that game. 2-1 is inside again. 3-1 to Butler. Was a very good day for the AL division yesterday of the Alaska Baseball League. All those teams won. The Panthers won at the Pilots, the Oilers defeating the Chinooks for the second straight day, and of course the Bucs beating the Miners here at Hermon Brothers 7-6. 3-1 is lined over the head of Tyler Wolf and into left field for a single. Vance Vizcaino will get to it quickly, but Dylan Butler leads off the top of the sixth strong for the Anchorage Bucs. as they have their leadoff base runner on. Now bring up McCarthy Tatum. Tatum 0 for 1 with a ground out in the fourth, and he had a sacrifice bunt back in the second. Butler now on first. Miners looking to turn their second double play of the game. And squaring to bunt is Tatum, gets it down nicely, and runner will move over as Tatum is out at first base. So one gone here in the sixth. And that will bring up Nick Warren, who was hit by a pitch back in the fourth and struck out in the second.
Anchorage Bucs electing to play small ball here to try to get that run back if the Miners are able to grab on him.
Third time they've decided to bunt in this contest. First pitch from Simons is swung on and missed by Nick Warren. 0-1 the count. Also looking in the other game going on in the ABL, the Chinooks and the Oilers in a pitching duel. Nothing in the seventh inning there. 0-1. And instead, time was called by home plate umpire Chris Viverito. And this has been a quick-moving game here in Palmer, but not as quick as that game in Kenai. So they're an inning ahead of us here. Simons from the stretch. Dylan Butler at second. Takes a couple looks. Now the 0-1. And this one's lined towards right. Paskowitz coming on hard. He will make the catch. And they're going to throw over to second for the easy double play as Dylan Butler didn't see that the ball was caught, kept running, in fact, was around third base. I think forgot that there was only one out in the inning. And so it turns out to be a 9-6 double play to end the top of the sixth. We'll have the MLB scores for you in the bottom of the sixth as the Miners lead 3-2 coming to bat. You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. Summer is the perfect opportunity to work on your golf game. The Palmer Golf Course is located right in the heart of Palmer, just about 2 miles from Hermon Brothers Field. Call 907-745-4653 today for more information. 7, 8, 9 in the order for the Miners. So they lead this game 3-2. Taylor Jones called strike to Tanner Nishioka with a fastball at the knees, 0-1. Looking at a couple MLB scores, Tigers in the top of the seventh, up 8-5 in Seattle over the Mariners. Ball low to Tanner Nishioka, 1-1. Cardinals shut out the Cubs in Wrigley, 6-0 today. Orioles in 10 over the Twins, 4-2 at home. Reds over the Nationals in Washington, 3-2. Mets over the Giants right now in San Francisco, top 9, 3-0. This one grounded foul down that first baseline, 1-2 the count now on Nishioka. Rays and Royals postponed in KC. They had some rain today. Phillies and Dodgers in the middle of the sixth, tied at 6. Ball outside to Nishioka. Curveball from Jones. 2-2. Pirates, low-scoring game, defeat the Padres 2-1. Astros in Cleveland win 9-4 over the Indians. White Sox in Chicago over the Blue Jays 4-2. Grounded foul again towards the Bucs dugout. Down that third base line by Nishioka. Count remains 2-2. After the Brewers sweep the Reds, the Braves travel to Milwaukee and win the first game of that set 5-3. That's your Palmer Bar ABL and MLB scoreboard for the evening. As this one's grounded towards and past third base as McCarthy Tatum tried to slide and make that play. Probably going to give him a single, as it was going to be a tough play for Tatum there. Will be a single. The 8th hit of this game for the Miners.
Probably would have been an error on Tatum over there had the ball not skipped up over his glove. A tough play for him to make there. And now here comes Tanner Nishioka reaching base for the second time again. He just continues to hit the ball very well.
Schleppenbach will bunt right at the plate. It's a good one. Going to have to make a quick throw, and they will get him at first. Nick Warren with a nice sniper of a throw over to Trosclair. The Bucs really weren't expecting that bunt. The Miners have played small ball off and on at times, and that time it was a good decision. Nishioka will move over to second base. That'll bring up Juan Hanen, who is so far 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. And this one chopped back up the middle. Nice play by Taylor Jones as he backhanded it. Not even looking at the ball, just put his glove up. Would have been a tough play. And the crowd gives him some applause. Web Gem nominee right there by Taylor Jones as his middle infielders, Grant Palmer and Taylor Walls, giving him smiles and mimicking the play.
If that ball gotten past him, though, I might have scored a run with the speed of Nishioka at second base. Hit so softly, the ball might have allowed him to round third and score.
That'll bring up Brick Paskowitz. Ball misses outside, 1-0. The count. Paskowitz almost hit one out of the yard back in the 5th. It was a triple. Scored a run. Gave the Miners their first of the ball game. Scoring Schleppenbach from second. 1-0 is a called strike at the knees. Fastball, 1-1. Miners starting to get some action in their bullpen as well. It is Caleb McCann. Simons has now gone 6 innings, but has the lead. That pitch is low for a ball to Paskowitz. 2-1. Wolf on deck. Bucs bullpen still going as well over there down the third base line. From the stretch, the 2-1 is grounded foul by Paskowitz down the first base line. 2-2. If a foul ball or home run does damage to your car, visit the folks of the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. Nishioka with a decent lead over there at second base, not being held by Palmer or Walls. 2-2 to Paskowitz, misses way outside for a ball. That'll fill up the count on the Miners' right fielder. 3-2. Nishioka will have the opportunity to move with the pitch. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Miners up 3-2. Here's the pitch from Jones, and swung on and missed. Big cut from Paskowitz, and he swung on through that one. Pulling the string was Jones with a changeup to end the inning. Miners threaten as Nishioka gets to second, but they strand him. We head to the 7th. Kyle Howard will resume play-by-play duties for the rest of this one. Miners leading 3-2 on your Miners Radio Network.
The night will be over for Kyle Simons as he pitches through 6 innings and has a chance to get a victory. We'll give you his line in just a moment. Before that we do that, we'll give you the new pitcher for the Mat-Su Miners. And that is Caleb McCann, the right-hander from McLeansville, North Carolina. He's on the year 0-0 with a 3.85 earned run average in 7 games. 7 innings pitched on the year, allowing 7 hits, striking out 6, and walking 3. He comes in trying to get a hold and keep the game right where it's at, a 3-2 ball game, as the Miners scored 3 in the bottom half of the 5th inning to take the lead. That's where we're at right now. Final line on Kyle Simons tonight. He faces 26 batters in 6 innings of work, allows 5 hits, 2 runs, just 1 of those earned. Allowed 1 triple in the process, while striking out 2 and walking 1 through 86 pitches, 55 of them for strikes and 31 of them for balls. He is in line for the victory. First pitch taken inside for a ball, and as Leftridge attempts to bunt this one, but pulls it back. 1-0 count now. McCann facing Leftridge. Leftridge 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded to 4-6-3 double play his last time up. Also grounded the pitcher. He flies this one out to right field. Brick Paskowitz comes in a couple steps and makes the catch. Out number 1 here. And the top half of the 7th inning. Now bring up Taylor Walls, a shortstop. Walls has reached base twice tonight. He reached on a walk back in the 1st inning, got to 3rd base. Also singled in the 5th inning, scoring later in the inning by Troskler's triple. It's the only run, the first run the Bucs had to make that. Fastball taken upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes to Taylor Walls. Caleb McCann winds and delivers now. Fastball gets the knees on the outside edge for a called strike. And quickly, it's a 1-1 count. So McCann fires now. It's a fastball that misses away. Now a 2-1 count coming from the right-hander. It's the left-handed hitting Taylor Walls, a shortstop. A 2-1 count. Here's a pitch. Fastball down low. 3-1 count now issued to Taylor Walls. So 1 out here in the inning. A 3-2 ball game. The Miners are on top. Payoff pitch, or the 3-1 pitch, make that coming here in just a second. Here's the wind, the delivery. Slap foul on the right field line. That'll go all the way to the Miners' bullpen. Now we'll have a payoff pitch coming for Taylor Walls. 3-2 pitch, 1 man out, nobody on base. A shortstop from Florida State. Here's the wind, the payoff pitch. It's ball 4 down low and a fastball. On to first base goes Taylor Walls. For him, that's his 12th walk to him this year. Also had a stolen base earlier in this one. Got to keep an eye on him on the base pass. 11 on the year. He leads the league in that category. So Caleb McCann will have to keep him honest over at first base, as Juan Hannen already covering him on the bag right now. And time going to be called by pitching coach Matt Greeley to make sure everything's kept in order here. Assuming the infield will be moving to double play depth here with 1 man out in the inning. But Taylor Walls on first base, tough to double up. Yes. Meeting just now starting. Greeley taking a slow walk to the mound. And Trent Thompson going to get up and loosen in the Miners bullpen. No activity out in the Bucs bullpen, though. So appears that maybe more work in line for Walls. Or for, Taylor Jones. Jones so far has been very good so far. Has a low pitch count around 70. He figures to work the 7th inning. A 3-2 ball game here as the meeting going to break up on the hill for Caleb McCann. But on first base again, Taylor Walls. Juan Hannen holding him on at first base. And the infield at double play depth. We're back ready for baseball as Greeley heads back to the dugout. Grant Palmer at the plate. He's 0 for 3 on the night. First pitch foul back to the screen. It's an 0-1 count on him. Palmer had a sacrifice bunt his first time up, struck out swinging his third time up, or in the third inning, make that. Also flew out to right field his last time up in the fifth. And he bats here with 1 out, 1 strike on him here in the top of the 7th inning, and a runner standing on first. As Caleb McCann steps off to regather himself, now comes set. Looks back, Walls at first base, and delivers home. Ground ball hit to Tyler Wolf, should be routine. On to second one, across to first base, that's a double play, that ends the inning. A 6-4-3 double play, wipes off Taylor Walls on the base pass and ends the inning. As Caleb McCann gets a 1-2-3 inning in relief, we will head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's stretch time here at Hermon Brothers Field. The Miners lead at 3-2 on your Matsu Miners Radio Network. We're back with Matsu Miners baseball as Tyler Wolf will lead things off here in the inning. Has 2 hits on the day already. He faces Taylor Jones. First pitch from Jones, the fastball away. Jones worked 6 innings so far and has allowed 3 runs, all of them earned. 8 hits, a double, a triple in that. Has struck out 3 and walked 1. Has thrown 88 pitches, 60 of them for strikes. He delivers a curveball upstairs for a ball that misses. 2-0 count on him. Miners lead it. Score of 3-2 make that. This one flew out to the right left field, and Leftridge backs up on it, and that's an out to start the inning. Fly out to left here from Tyler Wolf. That's the second time he's been retired today. He has 2 base hits coming into it and also scored a run. That'll bring up Alex Caruso. Caruso on the day has singled twice also. He came around to third. His last time up was left stranded there. Also grounded up to the first baseman his first time up. Takes the first pitch low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Taylor Jones going to walk off the mound and regather himself for just a bit. Now back in the batter's box goes Alex Caruso. Here's a pitch to him. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball way outside. 1 or 2 balls, no strikes now. A moment ago was a 7th inning stretch, and that was brought to you by the proud ladies at the Cindy Heal Allstate Insurance Agency, located at mile 3 of the Palmer-Wasilla Highway at Midtown Estates, where you are in good hands. Ours. Give us a call or stop by anytime. Cindy, Kelsey, Julie, and Sky are ready to be your trusted advisors. Go Miners. Fly ball hit to center field. That's an out, and back-to-back flyouts recorded here. As Caruso flies out to center field, and Tyler Wolf would fly out to left before that. So now with 2 men gone, it's Matt DiOrio to the plate. DiOrio officially 0 for 2 on the day. So he slaps this one foul back behind the plate. He reached on a walk his last time up, was left stranded on first base. The 0-1 pitch to Matt DiOrio. Swing and a miss. And an 0-2 count on DiOrio. Activity still brewing in the bullpen for the Miners. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's slapped out of the screen again. It's going 0-2 again. Trent Thompson, the one warming up, has some activity out in the bullpen for the Bucs as well. We believe it's Jim Voiles' brother, Ed Voiles. Fastball misses away. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. And again, Jim Voiles got the win yesterday. Worked 8 1/3 innings, allowing 2 runs and getting the victory. Now his brother Ed warming up. Foul ball back to the screen again by DiOrio. We'll go 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's Taylor Jones trying to work the 7th inning and finish it off strong, down 3-2 in this ball game. So he winds and delivers home. Fastball away to DiOrio here. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So it'll be the 7th pitch of this at bat for Matt DiOrio, who's battled back from a nice 0-2 deficit in the count.
Here's a 2-2 pitch. Foul back to the screen again. 2-2 count again by DiOrio. Taylor Walls also, as we mentioned, a very good hitter. He's not in the lineup tonight, but led the Gonzaga Bulldogs with a .358 batting average last season. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Curveball misses inside. 3 ball, 2 strike count. DiOrio having a great at-bat here. 9 pitches so far. Here's the line, the pitch. Foul back to the screen and away. So that one out of play as well. The foul ball or home run does damage to your car. Visit the folks of the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. Taylor Jones ready again with the payoff pitch. Time called, actually. As DiOrio steps out of the box for a second. Now he'll dig back in. Now we'll be ready with the payoff pitch. A 3-2 count. 2 men out. Nobody on base. A 3-2 ball game. Here's a pitch. DiOrio spoils another back to the screen. A big at-bat here by DiOrio, continuing to waste pitches by Taylor Jones. Jones had a low pitch count coming into this, but not after this at-bat. Well over 10 pitches now. Here's a payoff pitch again. Pop foul again by DiOrio. They're going to ask for a new baseball, says home plate umpire Chris Viverito. So Jones will toe back on the rubber and try to retire DiOrio, which has been a challenge this time. DiOrio waving his bat around. A 3-2 pitch coming again. Line drive back up the middle. That's a base hit. What an at-bat by Matt DiOrio. Works it well over 10 pitches in the at-bat and gets a base hit up the middle. And kind of a deflating, at least, batter for Taylor Jones to face at least. And I think that's going to be it for the right-hander Taylor Jones, as Mike Grahovic going to make his way on out to the mound. And that will be it, as the motion signaled toward the Pugs bullpen. So the day will be over for Taylor Jones with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. We'll have a new pitcher on for you in just a moment. Miners lead at 3-2 with a runner on first base here with 2 outs here in the 7th. Be back in a moment with Matthew Miners Baseball. We're back with Matsu Miners baseball as right-hander Ed Voiles takes over here with 2 outs in the 7th inning. From Florida State also, like his brother Jim Voiles, who we saw yesterday and got the win for the Anchorage Bucs in 8 1/3 innings of relief. Ed on the year 1-2 with a 3.55 earned run average in 4 games, while working 12 2/3 innings, striking out 10 and walking 3, and allowing 10 hits as well. His first pitch delivered away for a ball to Vance Vizcaino. Final line on Taylor Jones, 6 2/3, facing 31 batters, allowing 3 runs, all of them earned. 1 double, 1 triple, struck out 3 and walked 1. He threw 106 pitches, 71 of those for strikes. Fastball again misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. So Taylor Jones in line to get the loss, but threw a lot of strikes tonight, 71 of his 106 pitches. Fastball misses low. Or actually, they get it at the knees this time, 2 balls and 1 strike. Ed Voiles on the hill, a 6'8", 215-pound right-hander, just like his brother Jim, also 6'8". Curveball moves in this time, and it gets the inner edge for a called strike. So now Vizcaino has an even 2-ball, 2-strike count with a runner on first base. 2 men out here in the inning, a short lead for DiOrio at first, who worked a long at-bat and got a base hit. Here's a pitch. Fastball down low in the dirt, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Miners trying to play add-on here in the 7th inning. They have a 3-2 lead. They got all of their runs back in the 5th inning. Runner goes at first base. This one line down the right field line. That's going in the corner. DiOrio around second base. A big turn at first base, and putting on the brakes is Vizcaino. So the single down the right field line puts DiOrio at third base. The runners are on the corners now with 2 men out. And now Niles Nygaard will get a crack at it. 2 men out. Trying to play out on again are the Miners. Now potentially another run, standing 90 feet away for Nygaard.
That one hit on a line by Vance Vizcaino, taking the payoff pitch from Ed Voiles. It was the pitch he wanted and laced it down into right field.
Curveball misses inside here. 1 ball and no strikes on Nygaard. Got a single back in the 4th inning. So it's been hit by a pitch today. And that was back in the 2nd inning. So he lined this one down the right field line. That's going to fall for a base hit. That's going to score a run also. Scoring is DiOrio. On to second base is Nygaard. They're going to wave around Vizcaino. He'll score also. A little trouble out in right field for the right fielder, Dylan Butler. We'll see if they give him a 2 RBIs or just 1. I believe they're going to score an error out there on the right fielder, Butler, as he had a hard time getting to that one, but give a double to Nygaard. They're actually going to keep the error off the board now. The official scoring on that one is a double with 2 RBIs. Give it to Niles Nygaard. Give the Miners a 5-2 lead. A big 2-out hit here from Niles Nygaard against Ed Voiles. It's a fastball at the letters here to Nishioka. Nishioka getting a single back in his last time up in the 6th. Also reaching out a fielder's choice in the 4th and flying out the center. The 0-1 now from Voiles. Pop foul, not a play. 0-2 on him now, but the Miners unable to get to his brother Jim yesterday. But now here, just 3 batters into the inning, Miners have already plated 2 runs here off of him. They will not be charged to him, however, but just the fact of being able to drive some runs home against the Voiles brother. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, got him to swing on a fastball that was outside. Down swinging goes Nishioka, but the Miners play add-on. A 2-run double down the right field line from Niles Nygaard. Plays 2 more. The Miners lead at 5-2 as we head to the 8th. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. On in relief comes the reliable Trent Thompson. So far in the year, 1-0 with a 0 ERA with 9 games, working 12 and 2/3 innings, striking out 11 and walking 3 while allowing 9 hits. But he's been as reliable as they come this year. And he'll have a 5-2 lead he's working with. The Miners playing add-on in the bottom of the 7th inning. But he comes in relief of Caleb McCann. McCann facing 3 batters in the 7th inning, doing his job very effectively. He did allow a base runner, but then would get a double play to end the inning. And he threw 5 strikes and 5 balls and even 10 pitches in his outing. That 1 base runner was a walk. Did not strike out a batter in his outing, but of course he'll take it if you get a 1-2-3 inning in relief. But now to start the 8th inning will be Stephen Trosclair. The league's leading RBI man steps to the plate. He has 15 runs batted in on the year. One of those tonight, a triple to straightaway center field his last time up. He faces Trent Thompson here. Here's the pitch. Curveball with a lot of movement on it, but didn't get it over. This is home plate umpire Chris Viverito, so it was a little bit high. So 1-0 on Trosclair. Has reached base every time tonight as well, been hit by 2 pitches before that, and has scored a run back in the 3rd also. So righty Trent Thompson will wind and deliver home. That's a curveball that gets over for a called strike on Trosclair. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. As a freshman, he was a .348 hitter with 59 runs batted in, starting all 62 games last year for Louisiana Lafayette. Curveball misses away. 2-all, 1 strike count on Trosclair. Coming set with it is a right-hander. Here's the pitch. Line drive hit to left field, backing up on his Vizcaíno. That's over his head and off the wall. It stays up against the wall. Trosclair puts the brakes on at second base, rounding second base. He's reached base all 4 times tonight. Now at the double here after his triple just his last time up. And now maybe some business going on for the Bucs here to start the inning. A leadoff double by Trosclair. Now that bats Brent Conrad.
And he's starting to show the power that he has. Both of his hits, deep fly balls. The triple that scored Taylor Walls back in the 5th was a deep fly ball to center. That one was a well-hit ball to left as well off Trent Thompson, who will have to steady himself here. He's good under pressure, though. Coming in here in the 8th. Similar role to his 7th inning role, with Corbin Martin not being available after pitching a couple innings last night. Trent Thompson moving down to the 8th.
Change up in there at the knees for a called strike on Conrad. That was the 4th double of the season for Trosclair. Already has a triple. That was the 2nd one of the year earlier on. Thompson with an 0-1 count here on Brent Conrad, who's 1 for 3 on the day as he pops this one on the left side. Slow into the left field grass, making the catch is Tyler Wolf. That's out number 1 in the inning. A big out for Trent Thompson, allowing a leadoff double, but able to get a pop-up here. So now Zane Gerwitz will bat with 1 man out. Zane also 1 for 3 in the day, singled right after Brent Conrad got his single back in the 3rd inning. He also popped out to third baseman and popped out to the pitcher. The pop out to the pitcher was a long run toward the Miners' dugout. Essentially running toward the dugout was Kyle Simons on that one. Here's the pitch. Fly ball hit to right. Paskowitz racing toward the right field line. He'll leap and make the catch, or did he? They said he did hold on to it. Another unbelievable catch by Paskowitz. His arm was flailing back, and he fell toward the fence. Couldn't tell exactly if he held on to it, but he's shaken up out in right field. Slow getting up, is he? He makes the catch, though. Another unbelievable catch by Brick Paskowitz. We see this night in and night out.
Is there any ball that gets past Brick Paskowitz?
I don't think there is, Kevin.
And only one last night, the Grant Palmer play, which he had to run all the way from the right center field gap to try and make a play that was on the line and still almost made it. I mean, his speed and his ability to catch the ball, incredible. And even though he took maybe a tough tumble after making that catch, gets up and is just fine out there. Trent Thompson going to thank him very much, as Trosclair would have been able to score on that play easily.
As he was checked out by both assistant coach Sean Winston and the manager Ben Taylor. They go out halfway to right field to make sure he's all right. Gives a thumbs up, and he's back and ready to go. But still a runner on second base, 2 men out. Dylan Butler at the plate, of course, as you said, the run would have scored had he not gotten to that ball. It was a long run for him toward the right field line that he made a diving catch for. First pitch curveball gets the inner edge on Butler. It's an 0-1 count. Butler with the single his last time up. Was hit by a pitch in the second and also popped up to the catcher back in the third inning. Trent Thompson looking in for the signs. Shakes off one. Now he finds what he wants. Comes set with the 0-1. A runner on second base. The runner goes to second base, and there's no throw over there. The pitch down low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Give Trosclair another stolen base here. For Trosclair, that's number 6 on the year, the second of the day. Runner is standing 90 feet away at third base with 2 men out. Time called as Dylan Butler will now dig back in. Thompson comes set. Ready with the 1-1. Here it is. Curveball hit well to deep left field. Vizcaino backing up toward the line. He's got it in his tracks. And he makes the catch. A hanging curveball that scared a lot of people here for a second. Hit it very well to left field, but Vizcaino able to find space near the left field line toward the warning track. And that's out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-2 Miners right here in your Matsu Miners Radio Network. Jake Schleppenbach, the Nebraska product, will step to the plate here to start off the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Miners trying to play out again. If they're able to slam the door in the 9th inning, this will be their last at-bat of the night. Leading at 5-2 here with Schleppenbach at the plate. And Ed Voiles delivering the first pitch to him. It's a fastball at the knees for a called strike. We're underway here in the 8th inning. The outfield and infield both playing straight away on Schleppenbach, the left-handed hitter. Here's a pitch to him. Fastball down low, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Miners trying to get a victory tonight in front of 808 fans tonight. Another big crowd on here in Palmer trying to root on their Miners. Here's the 1-1. Fastball down low in the dirt. 2-1 count on Jake. Today, Jake's doubled back in the 5th inning, came around to score as well. Also sacrificed bunted his last time up and grounded into a double play his first time up as he grounds this one of the first baseman, Trosclair. Easy play for him. He'll take it to the bag himself. Out number 1 here in the 8th inning. So now it'll be Connor Wanhanen. Connor looking for his first hit of the evening. This is 4th at bat here. First baseman for the Miners trying to do some damage here against Voiles. Miners able to score 2 runs against him in the 7th inning. Here's a pitch from Voiles. Fastball away. It's 1 ball and no strikes on Connor. See if Brick Paskowitz will come on, who made the nice catch out in right field. He's shaking up a little bit. We'll see if he's able to slam the door tonight and come in and pitch the ninth inning. As this one hit well to deep right field, giving chase, and right field is the right fielder Dylan Butler. He makes the catch at the warning track, but Connor Wanhanen gave that one a deep ride to right field, just about 5 inches from getting out of here. I tell you what, Connor Wanhanen has some tough luck to start out here. That ball couldn't miss by much more.
Yeah, that was a big-time drive by Connor Wanhanen. The breeze kind of settled for that moment in time. May have hurt him, but regardless, a big drive, just missed. Bucs avoid giving up an insurance run here, at least for the time being.
And here's Brick Paskowitz now. Fastball in there for a called strike. The answer is he must be okay. He's back there to bat. He stands in the left-hander, facing the righty Voiles. Here's a pitch to him. Fastball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brick Paskowitz, the right fielder. Brick will wave his bat around and face Voiles here with a 1-1. Pop out on the left field line. Will there be room? There will not be. It goes out of play. Brick today has tripled and scored a run and is one time getting a base hit tonight. Also struck out swinging, flew out to center. Struck out swinging again in the 6th. Here's the 1-2. Popped up straight up in the air, the left side, coming toward the Bucs dugout and dropping the ball actually. Last second is Nick Warren. The ball popped up behind the plate. He gave a chase to it, lost it for a second. His arm came flailing down toward the grass. And the last second, the ball pops out of his glove and onto the green.
Yeah, and that's going to be an error on Nick Warren, a ball that he needs to make. Dropping that foul ball keeps the at-bat alive here for Brick Paskowitz. He'll for sure take it.
This one grounded up the middle. That'll be a base hit for Paskowitz, so yes, that will be an error. Pop-up that could have ended the inning, dropped by Nick Warren. And now a base hit, the second hit of the night for Brick Paskowitz. There's a 2-out base runner for the Miners here and a 5-2 lead. Now Tyler Wolf, who's had a great night at the plate for himself, reached base 3 times, singled his first time up, reached on an error in the 3rd, and then singled and scored in the 5th. Last time up flew out to left field as Brick Paskowitz goes, and the first pitch down in the dirt, the throw down to second base. It skipped in front of the mound there, but it somehow gets to the bag in time to nip Brick Paskowitz. Nice scoop by the shortstop Taylor Walls to apply the tag. Brick Paskowitz out at second base as we head to the ninth. We'll see if it's Brick time. We're not sure if he's going to come out there to pitch the ninth or not. We'll have to find out in just a moment. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. It's brick time here in the 9th inning. Brick Paskowitz coming to slam the door down again. The Matsu Miners have a 5-2 lead. And, of course, Brick Paskowitz with that 1-0 record, the 1.86 earned run average in 10 games. And, yes, of course, he leads the ABL with 8 saves and 8 opportunities this year. 9 2/3 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 9 walks, and has allowed 4 hits. Looking for save number 9 and as many opportunities here. 5-2 ball game. And he'll start off here against a pinch hitter here. It's Justin Jacobs. We saw him play out in right field last night. First pitch in there for a called strike to Jacobs. Fastball moves in for a ball here. It's a 1-0 count. Jacobs looking to do some damage here to start a rally here, down 5-2 by Brick Paskowitz. Here's a pitch to him. Ground ball to shortstop Wolf. He flips his glove, fields the ball toward the hole, throws in time for the out. And retired at first base goes Justin Jacobs for out number 1 for Brick Paskowitz. Now that brings up, they're going to have a pitch hitter again for Nick Warren. Pinch hitter here going to be Sam Brown, the left fielder. Batted last night. Played left field as well last night, but now going to pinch hit here and try to start a rally here for this team. Down 3-2 here. Sam Brown, a .266 hitter with 4 doubles, a triple, and 6 knocked in. Squares around a bunt, but takes a strike at the knees. He pulls back. No balls and 1 strike from Brick Paskowitz. The center fielder Caruso playing shallow and in the left center field gap here. Brick will wind and fire, making quick work. Ground ball hit to the second baseman. Schleppenbach moving toward the second base bag. In the hole, fires in time. Out number 2, Brick Paskowitz. Trying to close the door here. 2 men out here in the 9th.
He's come on and gotten 2 easy outs with guys who are good hitters, and Justin Jacobs and Sam Brown, especially yesterday. Sam Brown with a good performance, and another pinch hitter of the inning going to come up here. Aaron Soto pinch hitting for Leftridge.
So 3 pinch hitters here to start the 9th inning. So it popped up and foul out of play down the third base line. If a foul ball or home run does damage to your car, visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're at Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. Aaron Soto has pinch hit against the Miners once and struck out in that one time up. He takes the ball down low in the dirt. Soto is hitless in 3 at-bats this year, but scored a run also, walking twice. Of course, Soto kept that game 2-1 on the mound the other day against the Miners, working 8 innings in that one, giving the Miners some trouble offensively. But here he is trying to give them trouble at the plate here. Fastball away, misses. 2 balls and 1 strike to Soto. 2 men out here in the 9th inning. A 5-2 Miners lead over the Bucs at Hermon Brothers Field. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Slap out of the screen. And now 2 ball, 2 strike count coming. 2 outs for Brick Paskowitz, trying to slam the door down again, get save number 9, and another win for the Matsu Miners. Currently 5.5 game lead in the NL division. Here's a 2-2 pitch, misses down low in the dirt. Brick Paskowitz has a 3-2 count now on Soto. Soto attending the University of Tennessee. Same alignment as the previous batter with Caruso out in left center field and shallow. This one lined to left center field. Caruso getting chasing the left center field gap. He makes the catch. Brick Paskowitz does the job. The Miners win it 5-2 tonight. They come back trailing 2-0 early. They score 3 runs in the 5th inning to take the lead and would never look back, scoring 2 more in the 7th inning to get their 5 runs there. And they apply the win here. They battle back and beat the Bucs as the Bucs did to them last night. And now win their 18th game of the year overall, and now 16 in the conference, and surely will increase their division lead tonight as they win it tonight 5-2.
Another win for the Miners, who've got to feel good. Now moving to 18-5 and 16-5, beating an Anchorage team for the first time this season here at Hermon Brothers Field has got to feel good for them as well. In a game that was hard fought, Bucs getting out to that 2-0 lead through 5, and it looked like the Miners were going to have some trouble with the Bucs scoring runs, but then those bats came alive with the big 3-run inning in the 5th, adding 2 in the 7th, got themselves the 5-2 victory. A little help on defense from Brick Paskowitz in the 8th, helping out his teammate Trent Thompson with a Web Gem nominee out there, had a couple. Also the Taylor Jones comebacker to the mound behind the back scoop. But otherwise, a game played very cleanly for the Miners after a rough 3rd and 5th inning, which they gave up runs. A good, solid win for the Miners, and they got to feel good coming from 2 runs down to win this game.
And after a diving catch by Paskowitz, he gets shaken up a little bit out there, but comes back there and is able to finish out the 9th with a 1-2-3 inning to get his 9th save and as many opportunities, continuing to lead the league in that category with 9 saves. The Miners win it tonight. They rally in the Valley tonight. They just come from behind with a 2-0 deficit and win it 5-2. We'll now enter the Napa Auto Parts postgame show. When we come back, we'll have the skipper, Ben Taylor, and a player of the game for you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in a moment with Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Welcome back. You are in the Napa Auto Parts post-game show as the Matsu Miners improved to 18-5 and 16-5 in ABL play. With their win today, the Bucs fall to 9-15, 6-10, as they drop this one. Now, also in other games quickly, before we get the skipper Ben Taylor in here to join Kyle Howard, the Pilots defeating the Gold Panthers 3-0. And in the bottom of the 11th, the Chinooks and Oilers still tied in Kenai in a scoreless game, 0-0. When we come back, the skipper Ben Taylor will be with Kyle Howard. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Napa Auto Parts postgame show and Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network.
Welcome back to the post-game show brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. The Niners won this one tonight, and they rallied tonight, winning 5-2, falling behind 2-0. But great offensive play tonight as you guys come back from a deficit tonight and get that victory tonight, Coach. Congratulations to you guys.
Yeah, it was awesome. We just kind of plugged away offensively, and I thought their guy pitched really well. And, we took advantage of a couple of mistakes, but I thought the guys did a really good job.
Taylor Walls was a big thorn in your side last night, getting 3 stolen bases and coming around to score. Tonight you guys held him in check and didn't really kept him off the base pass most of the night. What was it like to keep him off the base pass tonight and really keep the game in control for most of it?
Yeah, we did a good job with it. We made pitches when we needed to, and we held runners, and, the guys did a good job. These guys do a good job of adjusting from things that maybe didn't go great the night before, so pretty typical for us.
And with that, you talk about bouncing back, something you've been very good at this year. You've never lost more than 2 games in a row. You get back on track with the win tonight. How's that feel tonight for you to get back on track and just kind of sleep off the one from last night and get back on track with the win?
Yeah, it was good. Bounce back wins are nice, especially, we got a good pitching staff, and these guys will keep us in games. And Simons did a real nice job, and gave us 6 innings again, and it's been a big deal. And I hope you didn't jinx it when you said we have.
Yeah, we said that in the pregame show, and you guys came out and won. So I think you're in good shape now. Talk about the performance of Kyle Simons again, going 6 innings, getting that win tonight, striking out 2 and walking 1 in the process. But you got maybe a little bit of a jam early on, but seemed to calm down after that and kept the team in the game as they rallied to get the 5 runs late.
Yeah, he's a 2-seam arm side run guy, and his ball was really, really running tonight in on their right-handers. And he pitched himself out of some trouble, but, he's got great composure, and, he trusts his bullpen, and it was a good team win. That was what tonight was for us, is a really good team win.
And tomorrow you take on the Panthers again, team you beat the other night 9-1, but what are you expecting to see in the Panthers tomorrow? Maybe a little bit different outlook, or are you expecting a little bit of the same tomorrow night?
I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get out of anybody. I mean, we've only seen them once before. I'm just, excited to see Brigham Hill pitch tomorrow, and we have baseball camp tomorrow in the morning, and I'm excited to see my guys. They do a great job in the community, and to see these guys work with the little kids of the Valley tomorrow, teaching them baseball in the minor way is going to be really exciting.
It'll be exciting for you to bring your kids out there tomorrow and check out the Miners, learn a little more baseball from them tonight. Good team to learn from, now winning their 18th game on the season here and 16th in conference play. Any last thoughts for you, Coach, tonight as you get the win tonight? 5-2?
Nope, I'll probably sleep good tonight, so things are good.
Thanks, Coach, for sitting down with
Thanks,
us with
man.
Skipper Ben Taylor. The Miners won at 5-2 tonight here on your Match 2 Miners Radio Network. We'll have Kevin Peel with the player of the game, Brick Paskowitz, in just a moment. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Welcome back into the Napa Auto Parts post-game show. I'm joined with the player of the game, Brick Paskowitz. How are we feeling today, Brick?
Pretty good after a big win today, especially after losing to those guys yesterday. It's nice to, get them back and win the series.
And that whole maybe monkey off your back with not beating an Anchorage team at home yet. It's probably pretty nice just to get it out of the way. It's not a big deal.
No, not a big deal, especially after we're playing very well. So, like you said, I didn't really know that, but it's definitely good to get that out of the way, I guess.
Well, you did all once again, Brick. Well, we'll start with the fielding in the 8th inning. Trent Thompson's on the hill, a big fly ball to right field. What were you thinking when that ball was off the bat?
I took a couple steps in, but the wind was blowing out to right field all day, so I had to adjust really quick, and I made the play, so I'm pretty excited about that, and especially to get the big win today.
Of course, and that wind really didn't deter that triple that you had off the wall. That was a well-hit ball, just missed a home run, and it looked like you almost golfed that one too, so that was kind of showed your raw power, but you had to feel good driving in a run.
Oh, yeah, he threw a curveball first pitch. I took it, and then he tried to come back with it, and I saw it very well, and I just kind of hooked it down the line, and I barreled it up, and I was standing on third.
And you also added in a single later, so a good game at the plate for you, and then coming in the 9th, getting yourself your 9th save has to feel good as well.
Awesome. I love saving games. I know the pressure's all on my back, but I like to carry the team like that, and it's just good to, get the win and get the save and, have fun tonight.
And you guys get another one, improved to 18-5, now 2-1 on the homestand. You have the Gold Panthers tomorrow. What are you guys looking to do tomorrow?
Just repeat what we did last time. We played very well against them last time, and I just hope we can repeat that and go out there and play hard like we did today and just compete our asses off.
The man of the day, Brick Paskowitz, joining me today on the Napa Auto Parts postgame show. Thank you very much, Brick.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All righty, we'll come back, and Kyle and I will wrap it up for you. Miners win 5-2. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Hermon Brothers Field. The Miners take this one 5-2 in rally fashion last night, having the opposite outcome as the Miners were, got an early lead 4-0 when able to hold on to that one. They got another lead 6-4, and the Bucs battled back. But tonight the Miners, they shake this one off. They come back and do what they've done best. And manager Ben Taylor was saying that hopefully I didn't jinx that when I said they haven't lost more than 2 games in a row. But tonight, obviously, we said that on the pregame show, so I don't think that was an issue. The Miners do bounce back quickly. They've been doing that all year long. They do it again tonight. So I think it's encouraging to see the Miners get back in shape and get a victory tonight over the Bucs team, despite falling behind early. It didn't look good from the start. Let's be honest here. The 2-0 lead. Taylor Jones looking dominant on the hill tonight. Around the third time around the order, though, the Miners really started to get it together, and I think that's about the time that maybe they start figuring some things out about Taylor Jones and the Gonzaga product. Maybe it helps a little bit to have a couple guys on the team that know Taylor Jones a little bit, but the Miners get it done tonight regardless of, and they battle back, get 5 runs late, and get the win tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, they did, and this is an 18-win team that we're talking about, Kyle. A team that is 18-5, has a 6-game lead in their division, and yet the morale after this one is essentially, I think, never been higher. I mean, when BT came up here, full of smiles. When Brick came up here, full of smiles. This is a very empowering win for this team going forward, because when looking at yesterday's game, they hadn't really felt that pain yet of getting the come from behind loss the way that the Bucs played them yesterday. The Bucs played them really hard. They came back and answered every single bell that the Miners put up, and every single one that I guess they rung to finish the metaphor for you. But when you look at it today, the Miners were that team that was beaten down early. Taylor Jones, a pitcher that hasn't maybe had the best success on the season, the record 0-3 coming in, but he came out today and pitched really well. And he had these Miners hitters on edge through the first 5 innings of this game, the first 4 innings. The 5th inning, everything turned. Brick was able to recognize and pick up that curveball, and that's what led to that RBI triple. The usual fielding and pitching always there from Brick Paskowitz. But when you look at it, this is a Bucs team that is looking for energy, that is trying its best right now to claw its way back into a division in which they're back 3 games right now to a Peninsula Oilers team that's taken 2 against the Chinooks. They're trying to keep pace with them because right now they're in the 12th in that game and it's still scoreless. While the Chinooks have dropped a couple games in this set, the Bucs, on the other hand, have had to try and keep pace with the Oilers, and they have not been able to do that now with the loss tonight. So this is a loss that brings the Bucs morale down, I think, a little bit, because this is a tough setback for them, especially when they have to go home and face the Oilers for 2 games coming up in the next couple days. Those are humongous games for ABL standings. And when you look at it, the Miners get out of here again, stopping a losing streak. They've only had 1 now, a 2-game losing streak, which, as the skipper would say, a 2-game losing streak isn't even a streak at all. I mean,
he says 3, so yeah, that would not be a streak then. So
they keep that pace going with a nice win tonight.
That they do, and really the only player that was able to give too much damage against the Miners was Stefan Trosclair, and you got to expect that from Trosclair anyways, one of the league's best players and an all-around good player in college baseball as well. So he gets 2 big hits, a triple and a double, but pretty much the Miners pitching able to shut the Bucs down tonight, despite last night walking a lot of batters and scoring some runs that way. But tonight the Miners able to keep them off the base pass, just 2 walks issued, so a big turnaround after allowing 9 last night. So if you're looking at another positive for the Miners, they were able to keep them off the base pass via not allowing free passes, I guess. So a good night of pitching for the Miners in that sense, but the Miners swinging the bat pretty well at the plate tonight also, and Chris Hall checking in to give Paskowitz a little breather out in right field as well to help him out. Then, and Paskowitz getting to save his 9th of the year to keep things going as well. Chris Hall, again, our pregame profile today, wanted to get his name in there as well. As a great guy, great interview as well. And congratulations again to him on his engagement. We're happy for him as well. But offensively, though, again, the big players in this one, Niles Nygaard, the big 2-out or like double 2 outs with 2 RBIs there that was able to really put this game away I guess for lack of a better term. It wasn't really out of the way, I guess. It was a 3-run ball game at the time, but it seemed at that point that the Miners really was going in the Miners' favor at least. And Nygaard got the big piece of hit down the right field line, got the 2 runs in, and really kind of took form for the Miners with the victory there. And I can't forget the performance of Tyler Wolf tonight, getting 2 more hits. How great has he been recently? Raised his batting average to 229, which started around I think 150 at one point, but he's been hitting the ball so well the past 2 weeks. He might have the best batting average on the team, I would say. It's pretty close right now in the past week or so. So a lot of positives from this team, and they move forward tomorrow and look against the Gold Panthers team. They beat 9-1, but certainly a Gold Panthers team that can win some ball games too. So not maybe a trap game tomorrow. The Miners still got to come prepared tomorrow, and I expect them to. The team that doesn't like to lose. So this is a team that's won 18 games. I think they'll be ready for tomorrow for the Gold Panthers as well.
Of course, and when you look at it, that double that you mentioned from Nygaard, I thought really was the backbreaker, though. I mean, when you look at it, Taylor Jones is essentially a pitch or two from getting out of the inning, and Matt DiOrio keeps up his good play as well, gets another single right up the middle, and when it looked like he was going to be hitless on the day, he gets one, followed up with another single, and then the Nygaard double down that right field line. Really a tough sequence of events for the Bucs in trying to pull out this win. But when you look at it, ultimately a big bounce back win for the Miners today. Tons of positives, as you said, really all facets of the game. We can't forget Kyle Simons, a guy that in this game gave up 2 runs through 4.5 innings of this game. It looked like that he was going to get a loss today because the Miners were not swinging the bats well until the 5th inning, but they came out and they gave him a lot of support, and ultimately he got away from the 4 hits batsman. They took care of that. The bullpen again answered the call of Caleb McCann, Trent Thompson, and Brick Paskowitz on the back end without normal 8th inning setup guy Corbin Martin today. Trent Thompson takes a step back in innings, comes in, fulfills the setup role very well, like we know he can, and ultimately Paskowitz closes down the door for the Miners. All in all, a great victory, and now they look forward to the Panthers tomorrow.
They do, and if you want to talk about a lockdown bullpen, how about 3 innings allowing just 1 hit and 1 walk? That's getting it done. They piggybacking a nice outing by Kyle Simons, who fell behind early 2-0, but stayed cool and collective, able to pick himself back up despite falling behind the game, getting another win here for him this year on the year. The Miners looking to get it done against the Gold Panthers tomorrow, and certainly they'll be happy to do it tomorrow as well against the Gold Panthers team that got a win last night, and they fall tonight though, but got a late inning victory last night. I'm sure looking to come here and avenge that 9-1 loss. So another tough game for the Miners tomorrow, but I'm sure they'll be ready to go.
And Kyle Simons, in the last note, sneaky 3-0 right now. A sneaky 3-0 as he gets another quality start in there for this Miners team. They just keep getting the pitching from where they need it and when they need it. Another nice pitching performance. The hitting may be outshone it a little bit tonight because of the clutch factor of the hitting, but pitching, once again, getting it done for Matt Greeley and also for Ben Taylor.
And he keeps pitching the way he does. It's not going to be a sneaky 3-0 for long. He's got a 1.96 earned run average also. So nice statistics there for Kyle Simons, the right-hander from Texas A&M, as he gets his 3rd win tonight. And the Miners improved to 18-5, 16-5 overall in the conference. And certainly we're waiting on some results in some games tonight, but if the Chinooks were to fall, they gain another game on the Chinooks tonight also. So they're looking to do that, hoping that's going to happen for them. And obviously the Bucs rooting the other way, though. The Oilers in that one also, they're hoping the Oilers fall because they're trying to play catch up there. The Oilers would gain a game if the Oilers won that one. So we'll have to see how those results pan out tonight. But again, the Miners take this one 5-2. Brick Paskowitz gets his 9th save, the league leader in that category. Kyle Simons gets win number 3. And the Miners won at 5-2 at Hermon Brothers Field. They bounce back, get their first win against an Anchorage team here at the park. Look to get a win over the Gold Panthers tomorrow. For now, we're going to close this one out. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Miners won at 5-2 again. This has been your broadcast, or play-by-play broadcast of Kyle Howard and Kevin Peel. For Kevin Peel, I'm saying so long here from Hermon Brothers Field. Thanks for tuning in.